Here I am. Could turn the camera on. I'm a bit too excited. Yes. Go Canners. Go Canners. How good. What do we win by? 76 points? Too easy. Too easy. Welcome to Post-Game Live, round 10, after the Cats destroyed the Port Adelaide Power, as I said, by 76 points interstate. Is it the new hashtag 76? We had hashtag 119. We had hashtag 84. Hashtag 76. We've got a few to choose from. We've got a few people coming on tonight. We've got a lot of guests. This is Post-Game Live. This is a bit like Talkback Radio. We'd love to have you come on for a chat. I have posted the guest link in the chat. I've actually pinned it. So if you want to jump on, come on. As I said, I've got a couple of guests ready to go first. So hold your horses. We'll definitely get you on. Not a problem whatsoever. But I believe we've got roaming Lucas. I'm not gonna muck around. I'm gonna get him on nice and early tonight because he's at the ground with Kiri, I believe. We'll confirm that just in a moment. Yes, I can see them all here. Oh, I'm gonna shut up, and here they are.
Grand final, here we come. We're gonna smack anybody. Collingwood have fallen off the cliff, and we're gonna get them. Woo! Grand final, baby! How about those Cats? Here we go.
Where are you?
Let's run and walk.
Oh,
Yeah, we can see it. It's emptied. It's emptied that quickly. There's more Geelong fans here than Port Adelaide. It feels like we're at Cardinia Park. But we'll do our best. We'll do our best with Kiri here. Hey, come on! So, fantastic win by the boys. Jeremy Cameron, 7 from heaven, baby. 7 from heaven. 7 from heaven. 7. Lost a bit. So we lost a bit of control here, Ben, but we'll manage our best. We'll try not to get copyright. That's why the shirt's still on. But we're just coming up the ramp here. We're coming up the ramp. So we're about to get to you want to come on live? What do you think of the game? What did you think?
I thought it was an absolute thrashing.
What are we going to do in the grand final?
It wouldn't be too far off of that.
Fantastic. Good work. There we go. There we go. Here's our first thing. What is this? Hey, what is this? What is this horse? Oh, get out of here. What is going on here? What is going on? Get that. Stop. Yes. We are live. YouTube. Go on YouTube. Here goes the Hawks. See the Hawks. Yeah. I don't know what they're doing here, Ben. They're everywhere, these guys. But we'll get them off very quickly.
Oh.
Get out of here. Oh, we've lost all control here. We're going to calm them down. All right.
Let's get the song going. Let's get the crowd together. Start the song. Come on.
Oh, here we go.
You're right. Gather the troops.
That was quick. Jeez, we're off to a flying start already, Ben. Goodness me. Great start.
You're out of control.
The horse on playing here.
What are they doing here? The fucking scum, the piece of shit.
This is
that wasn't me, by the way. If you get desensitized, nothing to do with me.
Tell ya, Ken Hickley, he's getting sacked on Monday, mate. Nothing more certain.
Can we trust? Yes, we can. Absolutely fantastic.
The language is hot tonight, but that's okay.
We'll try to watch the language. We'll try to watch out.
Fine.
Bianca.
Sorry, Bianca and Declan. So we're making our way out now. We're just trying to see if we can find any heroics.
Lucas, I'm going to pin a comment. I don't know if you can see it from where you're saying. But Amy has said...
Got to say, imagine if Coach Lucas dropped Jezza. Oh, okay. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, this guy, he was Jezza in the VFL. How many goals? 7.
Oh, okay, all right. Now maybe, just maybe, I've got that one a little bit wrong, but that's all right. That's all right. We came. Fuck, man. We came for a win. Right, where do you want to go? I'll go out this way.
All right, talk to some fans. Talk to some fans. Find some fans. Get them on. Introduce them. Tell them.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll try to find some. We'll try to find some fans. Motion's a bit. I'm losing my voice as well. Motions are a bit high. But here we go. Hang on. Stick with us. The shirt is on, so don't worry about being discromatized or anything like that. The shirt is on.
It doesn't matter. You can get kicked out from security now. It doesn't matter. So it's a security boot unit at this point. Who cares?
I do, because I'm part of the sack. I'm only part of the sack. I'm a second member. It wouldn't look good.
Or Paul's dropping bombs.
Jeremy Cameron, 7-1-43, defeated Port Adelaide 5-9-39.
Oh, there we go. There's a great start.
Oh.
Do you like to talk? No. I got snubbed before I even said my question. That's all right. We'll make our way. We'll make our way out the gate.
Yep. Make your way out
this
the
way.
gate.
Yeah, they come this way. Yeah. Southgate. If you're watching. On.
Yeah, isn't it?
Jeez, I don't even understand. Oh, Eastern Sound, I don't even know what I've only been going here for 20 years. I still don't know what's going on.
I'm going to put you on the big screen, Lucas. So you've got the whole floor. So just go. I'm going to shut up for a few minutes, and I'll just leave it all up to you, mate.
All right. There we go. Oh, fantastic. All right, so we're out the grounds. Just left the grounds.
Flip the camera, Lucas.
Yeah, flip the camera. Does anyone want to come on the post live show? Anyone interested? You want to go? Come on, you want to go? Let's go. Come on. Here we go. How you doing? What do we think? Good win?
Fucking beautiful, mate. Easy win. We're playing against dummies.
And what are we going to do in the
training done for us.
Easy. What are you going to do in the grand final?
Oh, win.
Easy.
You heard him. Take care, mate.
Have a good
night, brother.
Oh, shit. So, Port Adelaide played like dummies. There you go. Training drill. Training dummies. All right. Jesus Christ. All right. Can we trust? All right. We'll just come down the drill.
Jezza kick more goals than Port Adelaide supporters have teeth, according to Spartacus.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah, that's what Kiri said. He can hear us.
Tell you what,
we'll just go.
I like the beard, Lucas. It's looking good, looking trim.
Listen, it's Vince in the chat.
I don't know, not yet. Where are you, Vince?
Oh, gee, what's happened here? I lost my speaker. There we go. I'm actually carrying my speaker so everyone can hear us.
I'll play the cat song. Is it too late for that?
I can, but yeah, I can't play the cat song while I'm on here. But so we'll walk and look at this beautiful Adelaide Oval. We'll come down the bridge. We'll come down the drawbridge here. Try not to fall.
That'd be funny if you did, though. I'll tell you what, it would be good TV.
Wouldn't that be great? Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, this dozer. Another thing is Terry. Is Terry in there, by the way? Terry
from Blue Abroad? No, I don't think so. He might be.
Oh, he's not in there. I went on his show last night, and I gave him the what for. Oh boy, he was fuming. He wasn't happy. He was not happy. Yeah, that's all right. That's all right.
Terry, do I have to, on behalf of the hoop group? Do I have to?
So, I was respectful. We didn't put your name down, but we gave him the what for. Since he came on our show, I just returned the favour. That's all right.
Good.
No.
Have you found someone for it?
Interview. We got another one here. We got a Port supporter. What do we do with Kent Hickley?
Oh, you'd be lucky to see 90 on Monday, I reckon.
Would Josh Carr be the right replacement? Would you get Nathan Buckley or John Longmire?
Probably Nathan Buckley.
Nathan Buckley?
On his style of play.
Okay, yep.
That's been there for the last couple of years, so if he had any ideas, he would have used them by now.
Very good, sir. Thank you very much. Fantastic.
Back in a couple of weeks, but maybe not. We'll see how bad his injury is. Could be gone for
we're getting filmed while we're filming here, so we're getting filmed while we're filming. That's all right. Does anyone want to come on for YouTube? Yeah, how you going, little man? We've got a little man here. What did you thought about the game?
Great.
Take it easy, guys.
Who impressed you the most? Who was the most?
Bailey Smith.
Bailey Smith.
And Deconey.
And Coney. What are we gonna do for the grand final? Have you booked tickets already? No, you haven't. Well, I think that's the first thing you better do is book some tickets, and we're getting the grand final.
Good man.
Good work, little man. Good work. Thank you. No worries. There we go. We haven't booked our tickets yet, but we're going to.
Spartacus is in the front row for the free pizza tonight. Spartacus, you're on fire.
Yeah, Shannon's Pizza.
Give us the pizza, Ben. We're the front runner, man. We're at the ground, man.
Shannon's Pizza, the best pizza in Geelong, and Cyril Cook Florist, the best flower shop in Geelong. There's your plugs.
Thank you.
Come on here. Come on here and sing the song. Come on here and sing the song.
Sing it.
No, she doesn't want it.
Too shy.
That's more quicker than I saw any Port player run today. Fair enough.
Well, Sparlock wants another pizza, I reckon. Sparlock wants a second pizza. That's why they have to leave early. It's curfew time.
But no, I'll be back. I'll be back for the post game live.
All right.
Probably a more R-rated version. This is just a timid show. The timid couple of swearing, but that's all right. But a fantastic win by our boys. We'll sign off here. Kieran. Yeah,
I'll give you my votes. 3 votes, Jeremy Cameron.
Yeah,
2 votes, Jeremy Cameron. 1 vote, Jeremy Cameron.
Yeah. And
fucking fantastic, fucking brilliant.
Yeah, I wanted him in the VFL. I said that for 3 weeks. Maybe I got a little bit overboard there. But if it inspired him, if you watched it, I appreciate it. So Shannon Neal, back to the twos where you belong.
Oh, come on.
Hang on.
Well, yeah, good game.
Come on.
Good game, yeah, good game. Go the cat.
I can subscribe the Hoops crew.
I can subscribe, right. Thank you.
Have a
Go
good
the cat. There you go.
Thank you. All right.
That's great.
Time.
One last time. We'll leave it on that note. We'll leave it on that note, Ben. But we'll be back later on.
Oh my God! See you later.
We might.
Isn't this great YouTube?
Hang on, I'll get the fellas on in a sec. Wow! Oh, that was a hot start. That was a hot start after a hot game for the Catters. Incredible. Oh, nuts. The chat is alive as well. The chat is alive. Magnus, hello. Benjamin, I've got you on next, I think, Benjamin. Daniel, I can see you there. Sparlock, yes, you're on fire already. Spartacus, absolutely killing it early off the top. And Paul James is floating around being a pest as always. I don't know. He's not in the green room yet, but I think he will come on at some stage. So hang on if you need to get your Paul James fix nice and early. All right. Let's get the aspiring journo, sports journo, or maybe political editor, I don't know, sports journo, I think. Ben Harris, here he is. Benny boy!
Ben, what a win. Now, I just want to start off with something as well. I want to give a big FU to GWS. You play shit for the last few weeks, and you come down to Geelong and get a win and think that you're all special. And then in your game, I didn't watch a second of it, but it looked like you produced the shittest performance. That was worse than Port Adelaide. So FU GWS. You just always come down and you get a win, and then you just shit again. FU.
The bed again. Well, we were watching the scores in the little top right-hand corner on KO, and I'm just like, you're doing it to us again, GWS. You bring your best for us, then you can't even beat Freo on your own deck. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Mate, that's a hard act to follow with Lucas, but you've brought the energy. I do like the energy you've brought off the top with a bit of anger after a 70-odd point win for the Catters. It's great. What a win. What a win.
What a great second half, I guess. Cameron with 7 goals. Mark O'Connor, that's got to be his best game ever. 28 disposals.
28. I'll bring up the I've got the graphic. I'll hold you from the screen. I can still hear, but I'll just bring up the graphic. You can see it, but Jezza, seven goals, Dempsey 2 goals, and Closey 1. And yeah, Bailey Smith with the 30, Mark O'Connor with the 28, and Brian Myers with the 27 as well. I'll bring that up again a little bit later, but some nice numbers there. Very, very nice numbers on that chart.
I can't really think of anyone who had a bad game, really. Or maybe we don't think about it as much after a big win.
You don't, do you? It is funny how that happens. Everyone's a hero. We want posters of them all. We want bobbleheads of everyone. I want a Shannon Peter Neal bobblehead. I want Ollie Henry decal on my bedroom door. I want it all. And I'm in the queue for grand final tickets again. I don't know about you. I'm lining up. I'm at Ticket Tech well, I'm in the garage right now, but just imagine I'm at Ticket.
I'm on the waiting list.
On the way. We're back. And I promised, win or lose, I promised the Hoops crew guys that I was going to straighten up a little bit this week. So regardless, because I was down in the dumps. I think, you were pretty positive because you hung around for 2 hours or 4 hours last week trying to get on. So
what you got to do in football, just move on.
That's it. No matter what, just move on. What do you, Jezza kicked 7 goals, of course. We'll talk about that a lot tonight, I'm sure. What else did you like from the game tonight?
Jack Henry. That was so good to have him back. I think he took 8 touches, 7 marks, about probably 5 intercepts, I think. He was great. Jack Henry, we really missed him. And, yeah, it's great we have him back now.
He looked good, didn't he, when he came back? A couple of the things he didn't get possessions for as well. It was just great to see him back. He was leading the AFL in marks before he got injured, so I don't think he took too many tonight. I didn't actually look at that, so I can look at it in a little bit. But
not too many, but they really stood out, just the ones he took, I reckon, which was great.
Yep. Grind was back after. Well, he was back. He's been back a couple of weeks now, but looked a bit off, didn't he, last week? But back to the best Grind Messi version that we refused TM. What the hell is going on here? Future Cat star and commentator after he retires, Tommy Hawkins, not Tommy Harley, was on fire tonight in the commentary lounge room. Brother Anthony on stats. Go Cats, go Hoops crew. Thank you so much for that. We really appreciate that.
Yeah,
lots of love, early. Oh, wow. Thank you, Ben. Yeah, that's crazy. That was a crazy win. What did you think of the first half, though? Let's go all the way back to the beginning for a moment. Let's take it back because, clearly we can celebrate the second half till the cows come home. But arm wrestle in that first half.
Yeah, it wasn't really. It was a bit of a sloppy first half, low scoring. Even Cameron in the first half was kind of getting a bit dominated by Jones, I reckon. And then Bose went down early, then Dangerfield, and then they had a few players go down, like Horn Francis. And then Cameron, we all thought for a second he was going to go down. He did a hammy, and it looked like his day was done. But he comes out and has a fire second half. I think Tommy Atkins again, I think deserves a shout out. Just he doesn't get too much of the ball, but when he gets it, though, it looks good. He
was terrific. Bit light on tackles, which I thought was a bit odd because it was wet conditions. You thought it was just going to be perfect for him tonight, but. I guess we played a different style of footy tonight. Interesting. I guess just everything was just thrown up in the air with all those injuries. Let's talk a little bit about that because that's probably going to be the big talking point out of this game, unless Ken Hinkley gets sacked in the next 12 hours. But that should be the biggest story of the night. That's crazy what was happening in that first quarter.
The injuries at Dangerfield. Well, we're not really sure yet. I presume he won't play next week at this stage.
Probably.
It looked pretty bad. He's had these injuries the last few weeks, last few years, of hamstrings. I'm not sure what to really say at this stage. Let's just find out what the results and what the club say on Monday and on the injury report, I guess.
Hopefully it's reasonable news, but I did like Danger's. I liked his body language. The complete opposite of what we've been seeing from Sam DeConning of late. When things don't go your way, Danger's like, "No, we got a game to win. That's fine. We'll move on."
He kept his playing shorts on.
He did.
Like it would have been. I think it was freezing in Adelaide as well. He just kept the shorts on, like he's a part of the team.
He just said, "No, I'm wearing the shorts. I like the shorts. I got these sexy legs. I got to show them off. Why would I put pants on? Why would I do that?" So that he went down. Jack Bowes went down as well. Jason Horne-Francis, the Hornet, he was cooked and with another hamstring, looked like a bad one. And Josh Sin crunched in the hip. I thought, oh God, hopefully that's not his kidney or. And then Lockie Jones was the fourth player to have a hamstring injury. So Port were left with 2 guys on the bench. I think we had 3 on the bench for a good 3 quarters. And on comes Mitch Duncan, game 299 and counting. Maybe came on a little bit early for my liking, considering we're playing in 5 days' time and at home, and it was probably going to be his big 300 that probably still will, do you think?
You cut out for a second. What was the question? Sorry.
Oh, Mitch Duncan, he's going to play his 300th, I think, next week against the Bulldogs at home. It is only 5 days away, though. I thought they were going to put him in the sub vest, or make him the sub this week to make him play maybe half a game or a quarter, so he was fresh enough next week. But
that's just what sometimes happens, and he has to come on.
Yeah, absolutely. I didn't hear Tom Hawkins on the commentary tonight.
He wasn't doing the game. I think the comment.
Was it another game?
I think he's doing tonight's game on Fox Footy, and maybe he's just the guys there watching. He didn't do the Port Geelong game.
Beautiful. If you're watching the VFL in the chat, if you're in the chat and you're watching the VFL, don't hesitate to drop a couple of scores every now and then. I'm going to concentrate on this game with Ben and all our guests that are on the show, but feel free to drop the score. Unless we're getting killed, then just don't. We've lost 3 or 4 in a row. It's no good.
Like last year.
Exactly. Buse is looking. Oh, there was a moment where Buse absolutely sold the candy, and the Port bloke was in the second row at one point. He sold it that hard. It was just vintage Buse. Great.
It was, yeah. He's been great down back recently, and we came in because we had a few down, but I'm not sure how he goes out now. He definitely deserves his spot at the moment.
Well, I think there'll be a couple of players that'll have to come back in. I think you'd think Tom Stewart comes in. Do you reckon? Yeah,
he'll come in whenever he does. Or he'll come in straight away whenever he does, I guess. We're not sure when that will be, I guess, at this stage. I don't reckon it'll be next week. I think it'll be and then we play West Coast, and then I don't play him for those two. I don't reckon play him for those 2 games. I reckon. And then we have the bye after, and then I reckon come in. I reckon.
Yeah, I think so. There'll be a bunch of guys that they would have been holding off from this game because of the closeness to the 5-day break. That they'll almost certainly coming back. You'd think Reece Stanley comes back, another hamstring, and you'd think Tom Stewart comes back, and obviously, I don't think they're going to risk Dangerfield, even if it's it was just an awareness thing. They won't risk him. There's no chance. There's no chance after a 5-day break they risk Danger. And Jack, bless you. But first sneeze on PostGame Live in the history of PostGame Live. Well done. I'm drawing attention to it too. And Jack Bowes will definitely miss, and Jezza should be right, but we'll see how he pulls up in the next few days with jumping on the plane in high altitude and see what that needs.
Those 7 goals, a possible hamstring injury, then doesn't play the next week.
Yep. I don't have any Irish music queued up, Jezelenko, because I'm concerned about a copyright strike, but I would have loved to have played the Rattling Bog tonight because Mark O'Connor, clap, clap, clap. He was friggin' amazing tonight.
What a game.
28 touches.
I saw down the bottom corner, they just had the stats, and it was in the first half. Mark O'Connor with most touches in the game so far with 17. It was just, when has that ever happened? That was crazy.
Here's a bit of trivia for you. Well, not trivia because I'm going to tell you the answer. There was a game in late must have been early noughties or late 90s, where Darren Milburn had 17 disposals at quarter time. It was at home. I can't remember who we were playing. The ball was just following him around. It was insane. I think it was 17. It could have been 19. So probably one of the 40, 50-year-olds in the chat will probably be able to tell me that one. But that was incredible. But Mark O'Connor, you just couldn't get enough of it. And what was his I want to know what his meters gain was. Let me just look that up because it was insane as well at one stage.
Dempsey probably had a lot of meters gained as well, especially in that third quarter. The commentators are going crazy for him.
Oh, loved it. Why can't I find meters gain? Oh, meters gain. Here we go. 801 meters gain for the Irishman. That's insane.
I got 1,000 the other night. It's been I think it was another Gold Coast player of about 900.
That's with a wet ball.
I thought this would be the stage of the year where players are starting to get a bit unfit, but no, maybe not.
Cats up by a point in the VFL, everyone. We won't make a big deal about the VFL. We'll bring up the scores from time to time, but it is live if you want to follow the scores on the AFL app or watch the game. Why would you watch the game when you've got post game live on after a huge win? But follow the scores definitely at least. Can I get your 3, 2, 1s, Ben? And also, have you had your pizza yet, or are you still holding that one off for?
I had it last night. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Great.
I
saw that Anthony from Shannon Pizza, sponsors of the Hoops Crew. Anthony did the ice bucket challenge last night. I think it was after they closed the shop, and got about 3 or 4 buckets of ice poured over him, raising awareness for mental health, and that is probably just. If you allow me a moment, Ben, it probably is an opportune time just to acknowledge the passing of Adam Selwood, lost too soon. And, a few months after the passing of his brother. So on behalf of the whole Hoops Crew and the Hoops Crew family, talking about the chat and everyone who sort of engages with us on a week-to-week basis, our thoughts go out to anyone, all his family first and foremost, everyone who's ever known the bloke, worked with the bloke, anyone who's loved the bloke, anyone who's lost someone else in their life to this horrible thing that just gets us. And I guess the last thing I'll just say is, if you're struggling, ask for help, talk to someone, talk to us, send us a DM, we'll have a chat. So it's shocking. So yeah,
a very upsetting day of news for the Selwood family. After not long ago, there was another tragedy that struck the family, and we're not in their shoes, but yeah, it's absolutely devastating for them right now. I don't understand how you get the courage to have another funeral, which you only had one a few months ago.
It's impossible. It's not. It shouldn't happen. But sadly, it happens too often. And yeah, I don't know how they're gonna how to do it, but I hope they know that we're all behind them, and that we're sending them as much love as we can. We don't personally know the Selwoods or most of the people that have connections with the Selwoods at the club, but or we can just send them our love and hope that with time, they'll heal and focus on the good times with Adam and Troy as well. It's not easy. But yeah, all right. So thanks for that, Ben. In the chat, reach out if you're affected. There's Lifeline. Give them a call. We'll keep on with the show. So 3, 2, 1s from you, Ben. Let's. I think we know who your 3 is going to go to. Even though me and Mrs. Hoops disagreed on this tonight, but who's your 3, 2, 1 tonight?
I'll do a couple drive-bys before I do 3, 2, 1. Ollie Dempsey. I can't apologise. Ollie Dempsey.
Ooh.
Jack Henry as well.
Yep.
I think, and Tom Atkins as well.
Jack Henry.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this is Horatio Fitzbastard. Sorry, I shouldn't have got too excited. I didn't read what you said. I just saw that you knew in the chat. Yeah, such a good family. Jack Henry, I thought he was okay, but we can disagree. I always say the stupid things that I'm completely way off. Paul always gives me a hard time. I'm still on Essendon making top 4. So it goes to show what I know. But
They're flying under the radar. I wouldn't be surprised if they won tonight. I don't think it will happen, but I wouldn't be surprised.
are we going to have a rolling score, a rolling check of how the Bombers are going? Do we care? It's a Geelong show. Hasn't started yet. 3 minutes away.
If it gets close, if we get to the end, it gets close. Just we can watch it on
All right. So you've driven by in what car are you doing your drive by in? By the way, like is it a low rider? Is it the neon lights underneath? The window down. You've got the
my car at the moment is a Ford Falcon, so let's go with Ford Falcon.
Ford Falcon down Paco, windows down, gun extended. Sorry, I've gone too graphic with this. Apologies. So who are you embracing with cuddles and chocolates and flowers right now after that win?
I give one vote to Mark O'Connor. Just probably his best game of all time. Just across the halfback with. It was great. 2 votes, I guess, to Bailey Smith. Bailey Smith just doing Bailey Smith things at the moment. He's got to be up there for the Brownlow, and he was great tonight. Maybe not as impactful or stood out, but just really good. And then
I don't think Port players will get votes tonight, so it'll be shared between the Geelong players and probably their coaches' votes as well. You couldn't see a Port player getting a vote tonight, surely.
Yes, and then 3 votes, of course. Jeremy Cameron is probably his best game of the season so far. You obviously listened to the post game last week with Lucas and just
yep, that's what it was.
As Michael Jordan would say, he took that personally.
Because you can just imagine Jez is just all over social media all day, every day. He can't put the phone down. Just needs to know what the Geelong rabble have got to say about his performances.
I definitely watched that during the week. Just during the week and just said and agreed with Lucas probably in that fact. They just went out there and took it very seriously.
I reckon Jezza is actually Jake Grover guitar in disguise. I reckon that's his burner account. Jack's actually been on the show, but maybe he's put him up to it. I don't know. Shadow number 1, you just bet raffle it. Yep, definitely, mate. I love chatting with you. A couple of weeks in a row now for you, and I did promise you I think I'd get you on earlier this time because I did make Ben wait 2 hours to jump on last time. So I do appreciate you coming on again. After a loss as well. That's why you won the pizza, mate. That's why we've got the new graphic for you down the bottom.
Yeah, thanks for that. That was great.
You enjoy the night. Enjoy the win. Oh, Spartacus, what is happening tonight? There's lots of love. I think everyone's feeling the love tonight. Just wanted to send my love to the Selwood fan. But yeah, fair enough. I tell you what, I haven't spoken to the Hoops crew guys. I reckon well, unless you start donating $500 tonight, I won't do it. But almost dollar for dollar, I'm going to just donate the same amount to Lifeline tonight, whatever we get. So if you want to send through a $2, $3 super chat, I'll match it and I'll send it to Lifeline. So I appreciate that, Spartacus.
I hope perhaps when we play West Coast in 2 weeks' time, where Adam played Adam played, we do something for that game. I guess both clubs do something special for that game to honour the memory of Adam and Troy Selwood, I guess. I think that would be really special. And hopefully even on Thursday night, I know he didn't play for Geelong, but I don't think that should even matter for Joel and the whole Selwood family. We should do a tribute, I think, on Thursday night, and particularly do something really special for the West Coast game.
I think you're right. I think it calls for it, and it goes beyond football, goes beyond support of a club. I sat there tonight watching this game, and honestly, I didn't care if we won. Footy didn't matter really tonight. It's just, tell your family, tell your friends you love them. It's probably the message, I guess, out of today. If your football team loses, if your football team wins, it is what it is, but it's not the most important thing.
It's just a game.
It's just a game. It's a game. brings us joy, drives us crazy, but it's just a game at the end of the day. So people in our lives that really count. So,
For sure.
all right, mate, I'll let you go. I appreciate you coming on again. Enjoy this win. Watch the replay tomorrow if you can. And we'll be back again next week. Do it all over again.
Thursday night. It could be a late one on Thursday, but we'll see what happens.
See what happens, buddy. You take care.
Thanks, Ben.
Go Catters.
See ya. Go Cats.
Oh, geez, I mean, I'm getting a bit emotional, chat. I don't often, well, I do when we lose prelims by 10 points, but again, football is just a game. But yeah, these things get me sometimes. So I do sincerely appreciate all the love. As I said, I'll match that dollar for dollar for live donate to Lifeline. So I do appreciate that. All right, let's get, you love them, the Vela family. You've already got me. You've picked up the mood again. Goodness gracious me. Oh, love it. Love it. Hang on. Where's the music? Where's the music?
Right here. Ninja Turtles. Oh, Tigers. Very good win.
Paul
Very
jumping
good win.
in your
It's
way.
what I call the round of the injuries.
Round of the injury.
Literally, Bose hamstring, Jones hamstring, Danger hamstring, Juan Francis hamstring, and Sin out. Like, come.
You coming in? Okay, we got Declan here too.
Hey, Declan.
He's arrived. Yeah. Very I gotta
Thanks,
say, I think Paul might have been onto something about our forward line and Patrick Dangerfield. Because it seems like
What a
as soon as the
surprise.
hamstring
What
there
a
he is.
When
surprise.
Paddy Dangerfield got off, our
Nicky,
forward line
go
was
away.
everything. Our forward line was freaking everything.
Things
They
just
went crazy.
things just started to happen. Like it was like, oh,
Neil, I never thought I was
there
gonna
was
say
no
this.
more
Neil did something.
there was no more nearly. He was actually doing it. I was like, and then Ollie Henry got into it. And then it was like,
And I'm like,
oh my goodness.
Danger,
It's like
what did you do?
maybe half back or ruck or something like that. Maybe we could get him up the ground a little bit more. But wow. That was
It
very
was
surprising.
a crazy game.
We scored like 50 points in that last quarter. We just
Did we
do
kick in the
those
last
things.
quarter?
Port, I'm sorry. You might want to get a player that can shut our players down. Seriously.
Seven goals, 4 in the last quarter.
We got a VFL
We've got a
score.
VFL score for you. It's 2-2-14 to 2-3-15. The Cats are up by 1 point. Ted Closey currently 9 disposals, 1 goal. Jai Clark 6 disposals, 3 tackles. And George Stevens 4 disposals, 5 tackles. End of the first quarter. So
Beautiful.
a couple of players there sensing that they might get called up next week, and they're like, let's go. Let's go. We want the big lights against the Bulldogs. So
Now that's going to be a challenge.
keep it going. Well, we played pretty well tonight. Yeah.
I'd be
Paul's not
happy if
looking
we
at the
won by
moment.
1 point. For the
Um,
Bulldogs.
He's looking now. Show some turtle love. If you're not familiar with the turtle thing, you've probably got to watch Paul's show on Tuesdays. Mondays and Thursdays.
I have just been putting my kids to bed, and I walk in here and I sit down at my computer and I go and pop the stream on, like StreamYard, ready to jump in. And the first thing I see is that mask.
And then you see my shorts and my top.
Oh, you really go on the whole hog.
Pajamas.
Why isn't the Patreon money going towards Bianca just wearing Ninja Turtle? Look, she's doing it anyway.
I should. Yeah, well, she's already. We'll have to get Bianca 50 Patreon members, so 38 and counting at the moment.
I'll leave you all to it. I'll go do the reaction video and then I'll jump in here shortly. See you soon, everyone.
There, Paul. Or should we call him Dickie Knee? For those people that watched Hey Hey Saturday.
Okay, Declan,
Oh, my
what do you
goodness
think of
me.
what do you think of the game?
Yeah, you take it off now. Come on. Show your face.
What do you think of the game? Come on. Who did you like? Austin Humphries? W.
Lawson Humphreys, yeah.
Who else? Just coming. W.
You like just the camera? You thought he wasn't that quiet? You thought he was all right?
W. Who else?
That's it. He doesn't know.
Brian.
Mark O'Connor. Best game I've ever seen him play. Which I haven't seen him play the many
He was pretty good. Big shout out there as well to Nunnal Duncan. he was really
Why do we
good.
call him? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, why do we call him Nunnal?
Because he's too old.
He's not too old. He's wise. He's wise. He's a wise head. He's
He
just
looked good tonight. Duncan
He
looked
was
great
really
tonight.
good. His kicks were Duncan of old there. Just nice little a couple of times when we got the ball on the 50-meter line, I was like, is he going to creep up and get the handball off and bomb one from 60 like the good old days? But no, didn't get that. But
Did you think Max Holmes should have had a shot from 80 metres out with all the hamstrings going down in the first quarter? Do you think that was wise?
No. Just
He
literally,
almost did it.
if you want the disposal, just kick the ball to the umpire. Like, don't risk it. There's no need to risk that. Just take the kick, little chip, get off. Like, no need to risk that. Like, that was very stressful. At half time, the game's on the line and we've lost Pose and we've lost Dangerfield to hamstrings. And we're sitting there looking at bloody Max Holmes doing shit like that. Like,
Yeah.
but
Holmesy only does a hamstring in a final. Thanks, you do. It's true. I think.
Oh, the prelim final against Brisbane.
This year, maybe just rest him for the prelim, get him ready for the grand final.
Rest him for the prelim. Absolutely, yeah. Paul Senning's love. There's so much love coming through tonight, people. I'm all over the place mentally at the moment. I'm really sad. I'm really happy. So if sometimes it's coming off, really insensitive, I do apologise. My head is all over the place right now, but I sincerely appreciate all the love and support that you're showing for the Selwood family. So it's been an interesting show, especially with Lucas off the top and then and everything else. But
W. Lucas, that was fantastic.
No, it
did
was
he swear too much? Did he swear too? Does he swear too much? I think he swears a little bit too much. But
it was actually it was an important day as well because we actually Bianca actually asked what happened, and me and my wife kind of looked at each other. We weren't sure what to say. And, my wife Danny was like, "I think you should probably have the talk to her now. I think she's old enough where she sort of understands a little bit more." So we did, and it was surprising actually how hard it hit her. Like when we told her exactly what had happened, because she was completely just like didn't understand it, didn't believe that was a thing. But I guess if you're struggling, just very important to speak up. And
there's people out there that love you, and sometimes it's just if you've got a friend, doesn't always have to be a phone call. Send them a text. It might be the absolutely perfect time to receive a text from someone right now. So maybe I might even do that before I go to bed tonight. Might flick off a couple of SMS messages to some people and tell them. I won't go too soppy, but I'll just reach out to them. You don't have to be silly about these things, but just let people know out in your life that you're thinking about them. So it's important. It's really important.
Yeah.
Did you play
I actually
netball?
thought I couldn't believe it. When the post came up, I thought it was a post from 3 months ago.
Yeah.
I was just like,
I thought
it was just like a delayed one. And I was like, wait, that's just 2 minutes ago. I was like, surely not. But
thought the same. Yeah. Thought, what's happening with the Age website? There's a glitch in the website. This can't be right.
Yeah.
Because they're twins too. So it looks like they just posted the wrong name. What's happening here? But just terrible. Terrible. Seeing lots of love in the chat tonight. So. It's nice. It's nice to say Geelong can have a really big win, and normally we'd be losing our heads, but it seems to be the focus tonight is on the important things. So, and I'd like to think that would be the case whether we lost tonight as well. So, Because, yeah, it is. It's the most important thing of all. So, Bianca, do you have any players that, because Ben came on before, the other Ben, and he insisted before he spoke about positives about some players. Is there any players that frustrated you tonight? Is there any players that Dad started swearing about when they got near the ball or dropped something or missed a kick?
Not after half time. Was there anyone early? Not even like. Not even Neil. Like Neil early, just like was just quiet. Like after half time, I don't think we had a bad player at all.
It's not the type of game for the big, tall players in the wet. So you kind of understand going into it. But then, unless you're Jeremy Cameron and you're 6'5" or whatever, and you kick 7 goals, one. But
but he did some things in the last quarter that made you like Shannon Neal did some things in the last quarter that made you think, where was that in the first quarter? It was like he was picking up a wet ball and hitting a nice handball. He even did a crazy like tap around the back that was like all Australian ruckman. I'm like, I started seeing it. I'm like, all right, let's just calm down. It was no, I don't think we had a bad player tonight. I don't even remember. Like,
no, it's never perfect. It's never perfect, but I think even in the first half when it was an arm wrestle, I thought we were doing all the fundamental things really, really well. We were playing wet weather football right from the opening bounce, rather than taking 3 quarters to figure out that it's a little bit dewy and then wet underfoot. And we just went about it the right way. It was all about territory. It was all about getting it in the forward line. It doesn't have to be pretty. We're not going to hit people lace out tonight. It's not going to be how this game's won. And then it just really just opened up, didn't it, in that sort of second half, which you kind of understand with all the injuries that all your structures just go out the window and it from both sides. But I guess for Geelong, we just capitalised a lot more, didn't we, on their sort of the breakdown, I guess, with their personnel being out, and especially one of the absolute superstars of the AFL in Horn Francis sitting down for the rest of the game.
Yeah. Asaba Radaglia had a good first quarter. Just could not believe that. That was giving me the shits bad.
You mean all Australian fullback Asaba Radaglia?
Yeah, he
was
showed up
crazy
like,
good tonight.
Really, Sav? Do you have to do that? But then Lawson just comes like a tidal wave, just like, no. I got this. This is the number 17 jumper.
Shannon Burns is the old number.
Wonder if Kane Corns knows of Lawson Humphreys yet.
No,
Kane Corns talking about those draft picks. Another player as well. Like, geez, after the week he's had, I hope Jai Clark can just like switch it on now, because I really don't like Kane Corns. And I don't know if you heard. Did you hear what Kane Corns said about Jai Clark?
I
He
didn't.
started saying, no, you didn't hear? He was on SEN. He talked about Jai Clark being what was it? One of Geelong's very rare mispicks. They could have had which players? Could have had Weddle. Could have had who else was there?
Philippou? Was it Philippou?
Philippou, and he's talking about these players. I'm like, Jai, come on, mate. I'm like, I don't let Kane Corns say this shit. Go out in the VFL, have 40, get back in here, and just prove him wrong, because I just can't stand him. I'm like, please. So now I am Jai Clark's biggest fan.
Yeah, he's not for the week.
Jai, it's tied. Come on. 40 and 4 goals tonight.
Right now. 7 disposals.
Danger's out now. Like, there's a spot for you. Go and get it. Come on.
But close, 7 disposals. Closey, 9 disposals, 1 goal. And Jack Clark, 7 disposals.
7 and 4. Yeah.
Nice. I'm pulling it up at my end so I can just have a look across my left shoulder once in a while.
It's actually on 7+.
Oh, is it? Okay.
The game's on 7+.
I'm just going to look at the Geelong stats as we're going here. So Ted Closey, 9 touches and no tackles. What's going on, Ted? Sometimes you want to tackle, sometimes you don't. Lay some hurt, please. Some hurt bombs would be nice. Thank you very much. Jake, Rock God Jake is saying he's not far off. He's not really wrong. I would say I'm a bit on the fence still. I think I'm kind of depending on my mood. Sometimes I think Jai just needs time. Sometimes I think, is he another Corey Gregson that he's just gone? What we've just delisted Corey Gregson. I thought Corey was okay. But it just happens. Sometimes they just see enough in a player and 1 minute they're getting 15 games in a year and the next minute they're delisted. Like, it's a tough call, but it does happen every now and then.
Yeah.
It does happen.
No, well, I was the same, but as soon as Kane Corns says something, that's it. I'm making a sign for him. It's time. Come on.
Oh, yes. Bianca hates Kane Corns. That'll be a great sign.
Yeah.
And I did rip off your sign from your Instagram page. I thought I've got to give you a graphic. I was like, what can I use? And I've gone with the Bianca loves the AFLW sign. Not even Port fans like Kane Corns. That's probably true. Does anyone like Kane Corns except the executives at Channel 7 probably? So
no. Yeah.
Oh, roaming. Hello from my plane to the crew in Sydney. Have you got your? I was joking the other day when I hosted the Ben Reeve show on Thursday night. I think we're calling that the Ben Reeve show, aren't we now? Not the Paul James show. No, Paul will be back on Monday, but roaming was threatening to engage with the conversation when 10,000 or 10 kilometres up in the air or however high they go. I said, yeah, just turn off the what is that sort of thing? The airplane mode. Just use the Wi-Fi. That's fine. Maybe he's paid. Maybe roaming's paid for a bit of Wi-Fi up there. I hope so. Yeah. Anyway, how's life roaming? roaming. We had roaming Lucas on before. When are we going to get roaming Craig or Craig? I don't know if it's Craig or Craig. Someone out there, correct me. Anyway.
That was entertaining. That was really fun. That was fun to watch.
Did you see me filming?
I did see you filming. I love it. And do you know what I love? I love seeing the Instagram post the following day of this little segment on the show. That always makes me laugh on a Sunday at some stage, or whenever you put that one up. It's always a bit of a giggle. Paul put on a Ninja Turtle outfit. Cheer me up. Paul, go inside. If you're listening, Paul, go inside and get your blue Ninja Turtle outfit. We have to put. It's not that
we can be twins.
It's not. We can twin it with Bianca. It's not the pajamas that Paul's promised us when we hit 50 patrons, but it's the next best thing.
Get the costume. Get the full costume. Let's do it.
Next week, I promise. Next week, I promise.
Come on, Paul. Go full cosplay. Come on.
If we get a win, I'll wear it. Put it in the books.
Come on.
Do
be a nerd. You're a nerd. Come on.
If we win.
If we win.
What else?
I went on the red carpet to the Snyder Cut, dressed up as Batman. He can dress up as the Ninja Turtle for one night. Come on.
That's possible. Yep, that's definitely possible.
Really? You don't wear a suit?
No.
Final thoughts before I let you go. I'll get Ethan on. Our man from San Fran.
What are we doing? 3 votes? You go first.
Okay.
You've got it written down. Who you got?
It was pretty hard, but I have to go with this. 1, Jezza.
So 3 votes, Jezza.
Oh, sorry. 2 votes. No, okay. 1 vote, Lawson Humphries. 2 votes, Jezza. And 3 votes, Mark O'Connor.
Oh, O'Connor 3. Ooh.
3.
What, you don't like that?
Nah, O'Connor's not in my votes.
Are you serious? You're dumb.
I'm with you, Bianca.
I know football better than you.
I'm going.
I'm with Bianca.
3 Jezza Cameron, 2 Bailey Smith, and 1 for Numnal Duncan. Yes.
No, Declan.
Respect your elders.
Declan's proven wrong. Go. Oh my God.
Okay, Jeremy Cameron 3.
Jeremy Cameron 3, yeah.
Lawson Humphries 2.
Like
Lawson
that.
And Bailey Smith 1.
Bailey Smith 1. All right.
Mark O'Connor. Did you not see that game he had?
All right. Just junk kicks of it. All right. What do we say?
Go, Cats! No, you.
Hang on. Put the mask on. I'll get you on the big screen. Put your face
All
up
right,
to the camera.
ready? What do we say?
Go Cats!
Love it. Have a good
Go
night.
Cats.
See ya. It's been fun. It's been fun. My God, the chat is absolutely going off tonight. So much love for the Selwoods. I'm struggling to keep it together. I'll be honest with you. I'm really struggling to hold back the tears. It's it's really impressive. Thank you everyone in the chat, and it's not, and I want to say also, if you can donate, that's great. That's fantastic. We appreciate that. But it's more just showing that love, and just again, if you can just reach out to someone that you care about before you go to bed tonight, that'll make me happy. All right, let's get Ethan on all the way from San Fran. Nice and early in the morning over there.
Yes,
hello,
sir.
hello.
Hey, it is just about to be 3 a.m. And this is pretty good. What's not so good is looking in the background. Bulldogs are already up 25 on Essendon. Was hoping the Dogs could wear them down a little. I mean, hoping the Dons could wear them down a little. But you know, last week we were talking about how all these guys for GWS played their butts off, and it was like, everyone seems to have their best game against us. When are we going to catch a break? And I think in the form of injuries, to an extent, we caught one tonight. Yeah. Obviously, we had ours too. I will say, as a typical Jack Bowes critic, I actually thought he was pretty good in the stretches he was out there. He had that moment where he waited for Finlayson to pick one up and then tackled him, because it was a kick that was touched right away. So he knew, okay, if I just tackle him immediately, it's going to be a ball up. Let's wait for him to get the possession and then get him for holding the ball. That was great. So unfortunate that he goes down and the danger goes down, but I think we learned something. I mean, I think this is basic logic, but I also think we might have learned from, if maybe our coaches watched the Blues play the Saints last Friday, when the Blues were a man short and the Saints for some reason decided to slow it down, even though they were the ones with the extra bodies. And we took advantage tonight and played faster. Ollie Dempsey's third quarter reminded me of Isaac Heaney's game last night, where if you flip around the goals and behinds, people are talking about it as one of the best performances of the year, because that was an incredible quarter he played.
Yeah, it was crazy, and all the attention will go to Jeremy Cameron. But you're right, a couple more goals, a couple of decisions that he may be made slightly differently. I can't believe how much that man runs. It's insane. He's definitely starting to draw attention from all corners of the AFL world. And I can't believe he's gotten better. I mean, I expect him to get better and better year after year. It's a stupid comment, but he started a little slowly this year, but goodness me, is he starting to become one of the premier players in the competition at the moment. Oof.
Wow.
Yeah,
I think this was a game where pretty much everyone had their moments. Jeremy Cameron, this does remind me a little of the Frio game where he kind of got it going late. And I would love for this to translate into him just getting that second or third goal in those tight games, because, this is twice now. It's close to half his goals for the season have been in our two of our three lopsided wins. So I would love for this to translate into maybe the way we structure ourselves in the forward 50, or just the way guys are looking for him. Before he went off, though, what I loved what we were doing going forward was we got Brad Close involved more.
Yes.
And I say every week on a per touch basis, he's one of the best we've got. So logically, shouldn't he be getting more touches? And tonight he did. And it opened so much up. The chemistry with Ryan was really good. And Mark O'Connor, I was very down on him the last few weeks. And in the second quarter, he got caught holding the ball by, I can't remember who it was, and that was frustrating. And it was like, yep, we got our one good quarter out of him. Here we go. And then he did a good job shoring up the back. I was really happy with that. Combine that with the maturity. I get nervous
when he's down back, but he's been terrific.
Yeah. We got a lot of maturity and poise that kind of Buse and Duncan carry over to the whole team. And having Jack Henry back obviously matters. But Sam DeConing, was so much better this week in every way. He has really good hands. There's like, can he teach the tall forwards how to mark maybe?
Mm.
He had like one dropped one in the midfield that didn't end up really leading to anything of significance. He had a really solid game and deserves a lot of credit as well, I think.
He's so composed at times. Normally players panic or they get really tight and nervous and they fire off a handball and it's a million miles an hour. It's like he's just got these nice soft hands, never panics. The only shot really, and I had a crack at him on Thursday night on the show. I said, just a bit of positive energy, mate. It'd be nice. But he's building nicely. It's very early in his career, and I'm glad you talked about his hands because that's the one thing that I've raved about, at least privately anyway, for several years now. I just think he's got some of the best hands going around, the softest hands. It's gorgeous.
I love that we've gotten this far and hardly mentioned Tom Atkins, who, just looking at the numbers, 2/3 of his possessions contested, another 8 score involvements. He was one who got better as the game went on. And, at times I thought, all right, we've gotten this insane run from him. He's due to cool off a little. And maybe he's not playing quite like he did on, Easter Monday, where he was just possessed, but he's still looking really, really good. I mean, just running down the list. Lawson, first off, how cool is it for him to score in the uniform his sister designed? That was fantastic. And that also just, when your sister's designing a uniform, that makes you think, all right, you want to be a part of this club. You're not, side-eyeing a trip back to Perth. Love that.
Yeah, that was great.
This year's batch of uniforms for these couple of weeks across all 18 clubs are honestly really, really good.
Yeah, beautiful.
The first time we've won in Sir Doug Nicholls round since 2022. We went 0-2 the last 2 years.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, last year was Darwin and GWS. So, those were kind of guaranteed losses.
That's true. Well, we don't talk about that's one of the rules of the Paul James show is we don't talk about the Gold Coast game. I don't know if that is a rule yet, but we'll make that a rule at some point.
It looked like
you
Hawthorne
make new rules up with every
get
show
that
that
done to
passes.
them.
He always pops in. He's a pest.
It looked like Hawthorne was going to get that done to them, and they hung around. That was a really fun game the other night.
It was a good game. Not the Sydney Carlton game. Goodness
that
me.
was a snooze fest, and then
We'll skip that one.
took over. But the Hawks and Blues both losing makes this a good week, and then our win makes it a great week. Our game plan in the second half, we adapted better, and this is a team that's played some really bad third quarters, and tonight we actually looked at the situation, made the obvious tweaks, and then I think we kind of broke them and demoralized them because I think the broadcasters were harping on a little too much about how bad Port was. Because, look, they're down to 20 guys for more than a half. That's hard. I do think in the fourth, they definitely mailed it in.
Yeah.
But, that was a lot more of us being good and taking advantage of the situation than it was them being bad. Because I actually got a couple of guys, I thought Rosie was decent, not, out of this world, but good. Burn Jones had a killer first half. We did a really good job settling in on him.
He's dangerous.
The midpoint of the third quarter.
He sneaks up on you, Burn Jones, doesn't he? Doesn't look like much of a player, but he's effective.
And that's one of those things that had me worried in the first half. Where it was like, really, here's the guy who's going off and having a huge game that probably shouldn't. And then he settled down. We took care of him. Powell Pepper, he's just crazy hard-nosed player. It was fun watching Atkins go up against him, and we handled him about as well as you could. And combine that with Georgiades missing a few that wish he could have rubbed that off on Hogan last week, but good job on him. And we made Lord very quiet and just made them look, other than the guys who put up the big numbers. I thought Wines was pretty empty volume, even if he was technically the highest fantasy point player on the ground.
Was he? Okay.
Yeah, he's got 4 more than Bailey. And then I think they were forced. I like Burgoyne on the wing for them, and I think they had no choice but to kind of throw him in the back. And he actually did a decent job on Tyson. This was one of Tyson's more harder and offensive games. How many did he finish with? just the one, and it was a great goal. But his effort was way, way better tonight too. Again, I thought he was matched up in a really tough spot.
I agree. It's funny. It sounds like what's that puppet that the guy that controls the puppet, and he's kind of creepy and he does a little twinkle toes, and I don't know that when you're typing on the keyboard, it sounds like he's walking across the floor.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just wanted to be trying to
There was a joke on
Seinfeld
Seinfeld.
Burgoyne stuff noted, but that was. I think getting Port off of Showdown took some effect. I mean, the only other guy I think left somewhat of a positive impression on me was I liked who was it for Port? Joe Richards. Even if he only had 12 touches, I thought he was pretty good. But other than that, we handled them, and I love that we get him coming off of Showdown again in round 21.
Again somehow.
And if that wasn't touched, the Dogs have a 7-0 first quarter. Yikes.
Wow.
How about those Bombers, huh?
Ugh. But that is a relevant segue because I now have news. I'm booking flights in the next couple days, but I am looking at rounds 20 through 22. And I plan on being at the home games, both against Port, which is a Sunday, and then a Friday against Essendon. Port's a Sunday, right? Let me check. I think it's a 5-day break going into that.
Okay. I hope we win for you. You wouldn't want to come all the way and then Geelong drop a couple.
Yeah.
The couple of trips to get in your park and no good.
Kind of one of the reasons I was hoping that the schedule would have worked out better for the Richmond game or something. Even though Richmond have been pesky, I'd still like us against them. Yeah. We go Sunday, Friday, but round 20, I wanted to see our game against North as well, but I want to go to Showdown. Hopefully Port have a more competitive outfit for that than they fielded today. Going to be a couple games at the G, couple at Marvel.
They'll find something for a Showdown game. They used all their tickets last week and they had nothing left for us, and then the injuries on top of that. Just
and they
storm.
entered without a couple of guys that I thought would have really helped them. Like I thought Farrell, as lousy as he was last week, would have really helped because, they did it to us with Dan Houston before where, you get that long kick, whether it be stretching the field or, gets a handball outside of the forward 50 and blasts one. And Farrell can do that. I think he went for surgery, so they missed him badly. And I was a little surprised they didn't play McEntee, who I thought did pretty well in his role. You just remember he really messed with Tom Stewart last year.
Is he an emergency today? I think he was an emergency, wasn't he?
I think so. They just dropped him after last week, and they had subbed him out. But I didn't understand why they didn't go with him. I thought just between circumstances and their decisions, we faced a team that played more into our hands, and especially in the second half. And, again, I think they kind of had to slow it down. They didn't have a choice in that. There's only so much you can do with 20 guys.
Yep. What can you do?
We maximized our opportunities out of it. And it ended up being a really successful day. Pad our percentage. I'm sure at some point we'll look back and, we have 3 frustrating winnable games that we lost and one where we just stunk it up. But this was not just an out-of-state win, a 76-point out-of-state win against what is, when they're on, a really good side that has a killer midfield still. And, losing Horn Francis and they've still got Rosie back doesn't do them any favors. But, we limited Butters. O'Sheen, great job. That was, the quietest 20 disposal game I've seen in a while.
Hang on. Did he have 20 disposals tonight? O'Sheen Mullen. Are you serious?
No, Butters. Butters has 20.
Butters. He had 8 last time we played him. So he's had a couple of shockers.
Yeah, and Butters, 20 disposals, not much to it. O'Sheen, 8 disposals, 7 tackles.
7 tackles.
He had a couple of frustrating moments. I think there was one where he handballed to the wrong guy or something, but he also had one where I thought he had made a poor decision kicking or handballing, leading us like just outside of the defensive 50, and it ended up being a great move that worked out. And it's coming along, and he's still frustrating at times, but O'Sheen's given us more and more. It's getting there.
It's slowly getting there, but it might take, I'm going to say, it definitely won't be this year, maybe next year, but if it's going to happen, it'll probably be a couple of years. But, we've been wrong before.
If we want to talk about not great performances, I guess Connor O'Sullivan, who got beat once or twice in a one-on-one, but also I think now that we've got more of the ball movers back with, Duncan and Buse, we're able to drop him back more and have him in more of a defensive role. And, he's just, as I've said pretty much every week with O'Sullivan, like, he's got more to do to mature physically. I love having him moving the ball down the wing because he's very good at that. But in due time, he will be that key defender, and that'll be great. So I guess if we had to pick a negative, which is hard to find, I guess that would be one of them. Overall, great performance. Guys who have caught a lot of crap, played a lot better, whether that be Ollie Henry, I thought, just competed harder. I thought Shannon Neal, fourth quarter was a game
as well. I was a bit 50-50 on Ollie Henry tonight.
I thought he got better as the game went on, and so did Shannon Neal. Shannon Neal actually led all players in score involvements with 11.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, Smith and Dempsey had 10. Mana and Cameron with 9. Close and Atkins with 8. So yeah, Shannon Neal was a lot better. And I thought just kind of our ruck distribution largely made sense with the way we used him and Blitzobs. And then I think we did throw DeConing in there once or twice, which, you have a little more freedom to do with Henry back. And yeah, Jack Henry just looks so rock solid right now.
78% of game time for Jack Henry. The interesting one for me is 59% for Mitch Duncan. Does he play next week? 59% game? Yep, I think he does.
Remember, he only got subbed in at the end of the first quarter, so that's really 59 out of a possible little under 80. So let's see if we... Out of the time he was in the game, it was, let's say he got subbed in with 80% of the game remaining, it would be about 74%.
Am I going to get smashed in the chat if I suggest, and I'm not absolutely suggesting this, but could he be the sub again next week in his 300th game? Is that a genuine possibility? Or?
I wouldn't be opposed, but I think we got to wait and see who's coming back in. If we can get Stewart back in, then we still have probably a spot to fill because you assume that both Danger and Bose are out. If Stewart fills one of those, who else? You probably just throw in one of like Clark or Closey and put them in that role. I would have to imagine. Well played.
Yes, Jezelenko, you are the best. Thank you for keeping the nickname alive.
I'm starring that one for the pizza possibly later. Possibly, Jezelenko.
You guys have been on a roll tonight. Comments as a whole.
Hey, tell you what, you haven't commented on the Hasselhoff graphic.
I noticed it. I just put together why it's there. I just figured it out. I had noticed it. Wasn't sure what it was at first, why it was there. Obviously, I know who David Hasselhoff is,
This show's all about half-naked adults.
Who could forget his role in the SpongeBob movie?
Exactly. Oh, that was an awesome movie, that one. We need to get that queued up, Paul, later on.
That was really good, and I'm encouraged. And we've got a hell of a challenge next week against a team that I believe, when they're at their best, and it looks like in this game so far they've been at their best, is as dangerous as they come. I think there's that tier of teams that like we can beat almost anyone on a decent day versus they're decent. But there are teams that at their best are better than us at their best. And yes, the moment. Heritage is a mix of like German, Polish, Russian, Ukrainian, Czech, kind of all over Central and Eastern Europe. Little French as well. So, we have lost a couple at home to the Bulldogs. One of those was a dead rubber. Last year, we just stunk it up.
Yep, went off last year.
But we do
Let's
have a pretty good record against them generally, and it's going to be about, who can be the most composed, because there's going to be a lot of intensity and guys are going to be fired up. And I think we're going to see Atkins we're going to have a couple of moments where Atkins is like pulling Bailey Smith aside, calming him down. Also, one of the things, as much as it hurts to lose Danger, it feels right away like, hey, we have another captain, basically. But who officially is vice captain? Is it Stewart?
Stewart, vice captain. I wouldn't know who they'd pick if Stewart wasn't about, but I'd like to think maybe Blitzarves.
I'd go Atkins. I think Atkins.
Oh, coin flip. I don't know.
I love what Atkins does, and I just hope that what we did with the forward group as the game went on, even when Danger gets back, there's just this continues, the idea of, hey, let's get Brad Close more of the ball.
Brad Close is the king of the little, I'm not taking possession, I'm just going to tap it to a teammate. I love it. I love him.
He would have been in my votes, and I'll give you the 3-2-1 shortly and tap out to go watch some of these other games and let the rest of the folks take over. But I think I had him as my fourth best for us. Yeah, 1-1, 15 disposals, 5 marks, 3 assists. That one goal, by the way, came off of, I think, the best Messi assist so far this year. That was great.
Beautiful.
Ryan kicked across his body. That
Brian
was
great.
really good.
Brian was fantastic tonight.
Yeah, Champion Data had him as our top rated, actually. I'm obviously his number one supporter, and I probably would have had him. There were probably 5 guys I would have put above him, but I think Champion Data probably doesn't wager and wait, what happens when a game is tied or close versus what happens when a game's blown out.
So I would say we've moved on from Mark O'Connor's first half way too quickly, because Jezza, people remember the last quarter and the last half really.
Yeah.
But if Mark O'Connor didn't do what he did in the first half, I don't know whether it would have ended the same way. He was terrific. That's why he's higher up in my. I've probably given him the 2 votes tonight. I don't know if everyone will give him 2 votes, but yeah, for me, he was right up there.
He was definitely better. He was just. I've said this before, and even though it didn't really rain, it was more of a wet weather game, and I think the Irish players tend to do better in those.
Yep.
Just considering the climate in Ireland and that it rains all the time, that makes sense. Ooh, crap. One of my favorite, Artie Jones just went down to the rooms for the Dogs. I really like him. Hope he's all right.
Okay.
So yeah, feel just optimistic in general today because we caught a few breaks, got a team not on their best day, made them pay for it, played the game right, played to the situation, and come out of it with a nice, comfortable road win. Ooh, I did notice Lawson in the center once. I just saw Shadu commented that. I think he's a guy that you got to get him involved in the game. And I thought Lawson was very smooth tonight from the start. Just that looked much more like last year's Lawson Humphreys in terms of the speed and the motor and the instincts. He was one who, even from the start, that first half was sloppy and ugly, and even forget about the injuries. It was not a very well played first half at times, where we got off the hook a few times with them missing some easier shots, and our pressure wasn't great at first.
Lawson, Brownlow, Humphreys.
Yes, but Lawson was in it from the start. O'Connor was in it from the start. And on a per-touch basis, Close definitely was as well.
And Bailey Smith was just consistent for 4 quarters,
yes.
I thought. Just
that was...
he didn't set the world on fire. He did. There were moments, but...
I thought he was tremendous. I thought this was exactly what you ask for out of Bailey Smith. Maybe in a closer game, he ends up with more contested possessions. But 80% disposal efficiency, I think any game he's over 70, you happily take it.
Oh. We had the stat
before. So strong.
Either moment brought the stat up. 800, Mark O'Connor, 801 meters with 90% kicking efficiency. You'd understand if he was kicking it sideways in the back line and they're all racking up marks, but he was going up the guts.
He was kind of weaving his way around.
Yeah.
Our structure the last 2 weeks offensively has been so much better. Because remember, like against Collingwood, our offensive structure had not been very good. And going back to the couple of games before that, and again, I think Buse and Duncan have a hand in funneling that. And then I hope that our forward line, I love having Danger in it. I love having him be able to go off and lift and kind of win games single-handedly, but I think maybe we learned something about our structure, and if we play well next week, I'll really believe that.
It's a big test next week. It won't be easy. I hope we can get close to 40,000 at Kardinia Park. It's been built up.
So.
It's been built up. It's been hyped up.
I'm surprised it was so empty. Like it sounded like a better crowd than it was last week. It was under 30 still.
Well, I think we had every single GWS fan there. So, I mean, they all crossed the border, all 13 of them. So there was it was probably more on us than them, really. So what can you say?
I was surprised, but this will be one of the bigger ones we've had in a while, just with all the narratives. It'll be narrative central, and I hope we can manage that well against a team that's now up 52-3. Jeez, Essendon. I mean, I know Essendon haven't really beaten anyone, but yikes.
So maybe not top 4, maybe top 6, possibly for Essendon.
Shut up, Ben.
Yeah, you're probably not familiar with the reference, Ethan. That is a variety show we used to have in the 80s and 90s where there was a little puppet that would pop up every now and then on camera. And I think Harry Connick Jr. was on a few times. You probably know him, but he came on a couple of times. But yeah, a little puppet called Dickie Knee, and they'd whip him and he'd disappear. So anyway.
And if you're wondering why I'm awake and functioning, I took a nap during the fourth quarter of the Crows and Pies. I also didn't have to work until like 4 p.m. today. So put those two things together, and that's how we're here.
Beautiful. I'm going to let you get to sleep because I've got the big dog sitting in the wings.
I will fill in more details as they come with plans.
Yes.
But again, I plan to be at the games against both Port and Essendon. I plan on being at a few games at the G and at Marvel, and one in Adelaide, one in Perth. So wherever you are, I hope we can meet up, grab drinks before or after.
We definitely will, because we are absolutely making it a priority. I haven't even talked about it with the Hoops crew, but we're absolutely making your visit to Kardinia Park meetup central. So we'll sort out the details. You and I will talk a little bit more.
Yeah.
We'll figure out a venue.
I think the Port game makes more sense if we're doing something after, because that's an afternoon game, whereas Essendon's a Friday night, and then
probably easier.
Probably. I'm looking at it. I haven't booked hotels yet, but probably stay in Geelong for a couple days after the Port game, then do Great Ocean Road, and then after the Essendon game, probably back in Melbourne for a couple days, for another day, because there's like a 1 p.m. and 7 p.m. between the G and Marvel.
Yep.
Plan is over the 3 weeks, 12 games, 6 stadiums, 16 of the 18 clubs.
Goodness me.
It's kind of like, look at how all the AFL players take their off-season trips and just max out all the NFL games they can.
And find some time for some VFL and AFLW while you're at it.
Hope so. I know we don't have hopefully we get a few curtain raisers in there.
Oh, I'd love that.
3, 2, 1. First off, honorable mentions go to O'Connor, Sam DeConing, and Brad Close. 1 vote, Ollie Dempsey. That third quarter was monstrous. 2 votes, Jeremy Cameron. And 3, because it was a full game contribution, while Jezza got a couple more at the end to kind of tear it apart, I'm actually going to give the 3 to Bailey Smith.
That's fair. It's
it's also he got away. And there are metrics, like NHL advanced metrics do this. They basically they weigh stuff much more when it's a tied game or 1-goal game. And then beyond that, it's weighed less, because what you do in closer situations matter. And Dempsey's third quarter, tremendous. And Bailey Smith, even first half, when it was a rough one at times, was really good.
Jeez. Quick shout out for your podcast, because there's a lot of people in the chat, no better analysis in the game than
you.
Ethan. If you want more of Ethan, guess what? There's a podcast out there. Give it a plug, mate.
Americans Watching the Footy. It's on Apple. It's on Spotify. It's on all your other platforms. Probably going to be recording a little later this week because my co-host, my brother, is actually, he's got his grad school graduation Sunday. So we're probably going to record like Monday night or something. Normally we record Sunday night, but I'm actually going down to San Diego tomorrow and catch the Padres game and then do graduation stuff on Sunday. And yep, think I'll be wearing Cats gear around town because that's what you do after you win.
That's what you do. Everyone looks at you like, what are you wearing? Like, what?
Oh yeah, every now and then you find someone who recognizes. One sec here. Let me see if I can get our other special guest real quick. No, please. Come here. Here. I don't know if you heard.
He's got a little human being under the floorboard.
Now I got him.
Acting like he releases the human being.
But he's here. Against his will.
Climbing up the stairs.
This is Brian H. The H stands for Harambe. But yes, this is Brian, named after Brian Myers. He is the official cat of the pod. And he was in here all game. And now he's ready to go upstairs. So I'm going to let him out.
Ready for a run, or ready for a bit more of a rest, maybe?
He's ready for a run. He'll rest in a few hours, probably.
Nice.
So yes, this is the mythical Ryan. If you ever see our tweets, they're just like a bunch of gibberish. It's just posting whatever he says when he steps across the keyboard.
Either moment says, and I don't know if this is a tradition in your life, but you have to put your cat scarf, you have to wind the window down, put the scarf out a little bit, and then wind it up, and it just sort of flails in the wind as you're driving.
Kind of like a car flag. We're flying to San Diego. It's about an hour and a half flight, so...
It's a tradition it's dying a little bit, that tradition, but it was the thing in the 80s and the 90s and maybe early noughties, where people would put their flags as they drove their car from Geelong to Melbourne or even to the football in Geelong. Scarves out the window. So there's another one for you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely putting on my 2025 member bumper sticker next to the 2024. All right, Brian wants to go. Great win. Great job taking advantage of the situation. Let's do it again in 5 days.
Beautiful. See you soon, mate. And we'll talk about the catch up. Love your work. Take care.
See you guys.
Beautiful. All right. Before we get the big dog, Paul James, on, just want to do a quick shout out for the show sponsor, Cyril Cook Florists.
The Hoops Crew Media Network is proudly sponsored by Cyril Cook Florist. Use the offer code GOCATS at checkout when shopping their store online to get 20% off your next purchase.
Here he is.
Oh, shit. Here's me posting in the comment. Yeah, okay.
Well, look at me jumping around in the background. Renegade, I can see you in the background. Hang on a few minutes. We'll get you on for sure. What do you think, Paul? That was a good one, wasn't it? That was a good one.
Was a good one. There's not really... I can't really think of any obvious weaknesses in that lineup in terms of what they delivered on the day. It was very much the old team effort thing, right? If we get overly simplistic about it for a second. Can't play that shit for too long. You'll get us pinged.
Distractions.
Hey?
Distractions, deliberate.
Oh, no, yeah, sure. We've discussed this via text over the course of the week. Yeah, absolutely. The distractions will get me too. But no, I just mean we'll get demonetized or something for using license stuff for too long.
Yeah.
I do want to take a moment to acknowledge your wonderful insight into the Essendon Football Club and how well they're going at the moment. Seems to be
I'm spot on. I'm definitely spot on with the Bombers.
Shit.
I'll bring that up again. Lots of love. Jessalenka, he's hanging out. Sorry, just like I'm making assumptions about gender there. Jessalenka is very, very happy with. I was trying to message you in the private chat saying put the turtle top on, but you didn't.
I know. I saw it and I ignored that.
Okay. Yeah. This is how we treat. This turtles. Is the respect I get, people, from Paul.
You got the shirt once, and it is sitting here at arm's reach in case I ever need it. But you got the turtle shirt once on the day of delivery, and you don't get any other turtle stuff until we hit 50 paid patrons. We're at 38, so get to work.
Link in the show notes.
Um,
I think everyone spent their money.
yeah, no, you've blown your limits tonight, but
Yeah.
you're all incredible because obviously
They're amazing. Yeah.
sad scenario. So, but yeah, the game itself. Oh, actually, no. Just quickly, I guess put my final thoughts on that particular situation. A massive credit, and I'm sure others have had the opportunity to talk or will get the opportunity to talk over the course of the day. I haven't heard Chris Scott's post match yet, but massive credit to Fly and the way he's Craig McRae and the way he's handled it since. They kept the news from all the players. He then kind of got him in the rooms afterwards and spoke about. Obviously, Scott works with the club these days, so he's an important figure over there. Did an interview with host broadcaster, spoke really well there. Did so again in his press conference as he that one kind of wrapped up. A lot of emotion involved in the whole thing for obvious reasons, but massive credit to him and the Pies who have handled things really well on their end, considering they've got a Selwood son in their midst.
They do, and it's there's a lot of footy players running around, and a lot of support staff running around, but it's a very close knit community of the AFL industry. So there's a lot of people hurting right now for sure.
Oh, look at that! The Bombers have kicked their first goal. Maybe there's a comeback coming.
You know it. It would have been fun reviewing this game, Paul. In your match reaction,
I would have just laughed for a good minute straight, right? No dialogue needed. Just
laugh.
Just laughter. Now, I think it might have been Grins earlier that asked about the foreskin thing, just in case that got missed in the comments. I don't stand by that nickname anymore because the guy's ripping it up. But last year when I was a little bit dissatisfied with Jack Henry's form and perhaps efforts, I dubbed him Foreskin because when things get hard, he disappears. But that nickname absolutely does not apply anymore. He's absolutely smashing it. Has been all season. Obviously, he had the hamstring injury that kept him away for a little while, and I was a hint anxious as to whether he was going to potentially lose a little bit of that sauce that he had going early in the year. But today, obviously, he wasn't required a huge amount because of the kind of lack of potency from Port. But he was really strong when he needed to be. So sand to foreskin, eggplants at Dick's out. But no, I can't do it. Lucas will come on and do something stupid.
It's very early for a post-game live for us to just getting this loose. Normally we save the looseness for 11:30, 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock in the morning when we have a night game. So getting a little bit loose. Put your kids to bed, everyone.
Shit, it's only 8:30. Yeah, right.
It is
only whole night of this. I think I heard Ben say he was going to continue streaming until midnight. So
no, it won't be tonight. I'm actually not going to go 3 hours tonight, believe it or not. So I'm going to enjoy this win. I'm going to have a nice sleep. It's Mrs. Hoops' birthday tomorrow, so I'm going to hop into bed and be well rested and enjoy the day with her and the family tomorrow. So. And everyone can maybe just go to bed early and put the replay on once they're done with us. I recommend it highly.
24-hour stream, though, Brennan.
I think Lucas was saying that. Well, you said you're kind of apologising for the foreskin comment about Jack Henry, but it's not as bad as Lucas dropping Jeremy Cameron to the VFL.
Am I apologising?
Well, not really. I don't think
I'm apologising. I'm just saying, like, the shoe fit at the time.
Okay, all right. Have you ever apologised for anything? I don't know. I don't think you have.
Not. I go ask my wife. The answer will be a definitive no. No. I'm happy to walk back opinions when I'm wrong or when the situation changes. But I stand by the comments of the time. I think it was applicable back then. But certainly not anymore. Jack Henry is in fine form.
I love Jack.
But yeah, I guess the game itself, I said it before, like a bit of a team effort. I was really, and Ethan highlighted it nicely with the score involvements when it came to scratch and kneel. It was one of the stats that I just missed that particular stat for him when I was combing through everything for the reaction video before. But I mean, that was such an impressive figure. I guess the only concern I've got when it comes to him in this particular match, and it didn't really come back to bite us because we had a pretty woeful opponent tonight, but there was a few times like you could see that indecision, and it's still, inexperience, I think, at the core of it, but there was that indecision on a few occasions. Do I pull the trigger? And you saw the kind of stutter step. He goes to do it, backs out, goes to do it, backs out. And it just gives, when you're trying to drive that ball forward with a bit of speed, it does give the opposition an opportunity to get their players back, a few extra seconds to take stock. I'd like to see that, I guess, second guessing start to exit his game. He obviously, there's one in particular that really stood out. And he ended up lacing out Jeremy Cameron, and Jeremy Cameron kicked that awesome goal from the pocket, that set shot from the pocket. So it worked out all right, but that ended up being his fourth option. Or fourth, I guess not fourth option necessarily, but the fourth time he'd kind of gone to make a play, and that time he actually just followed through with it. So if there was an area for improvement in his performance tonight, I would say it's that one area, just the first decision, go with it. But otherwise, I think a big step forward for him. And I can't remember who said it before. Maybe it was you, but I feel like it was Brendan when he was here before. Oh. Very vindicated with the commentary here around my forward line position and Paddy Dangerfield. I'm not saying that I want to see him out injured. Absolutely not. But
did you curse him? Because you have a crack at me for cursing him, because I said Danger had played like 20 games consecutively, and I knew it was going to come.
Shut up! That's jinxing it, you dumbass.
I knew it was going to happen, and sure enough, I think the second week I went with it, it's happened.
Yeah, I mean, but you could see the moment he went out where the forward line kind of shifted back into that, I guess, more traditional forward line unit, what we saw essentially for the back end of last season, and everyone kind of fell back into their old roles and instantly looked more comfortable. And again, I'm not saying we should have Danger out of there. I think it's still more about the others, and I think the big three for me were consistently Stengel, Ollie Henry, and Shannon Neal, that they all needed to just learn what to do when Danger's there, like where to move, how he's going to play, and how to react. And that takes time. But it was good to see that in an event where he goes down, we just resume normal proceedings, and it was just a really there was just a lot of cohesion between the forwards straight away. So I was really big on that.
Port would have been planning for Danger to be there all week as well. We were commenting at home tonight that, this could be interesting to see how some of those forwards like Shannon Neals and Ollie Henry, how are they going to enjoy this? Like, this is going to be fun for them. They're going to get a bit of opportunities here. I think it was probably Jezza that was the one. Okay, well, no Danger. It's all
really
me.
Cut loose.
Did you think when Jezza got the knee knock or whatever that injury was, that I thought, oh God, here we go. Did you think he was going to then bob up and kick 7 goals after that?
No, the fear of God went through me because, of course, we've lost 2 with a hamstring at this point. Now your best key forward, I thought, hang on, this is one of those nights, and this could be, it's a knee. God, this could be a season ender, or God knows what. So I was pretty worried at that particular point. But thankfully, when we saw they showed it on the cameras and you saw it in slow mo, like, okay, they've clashed knees. He's trying to stay out there, which makes me think, okay, there's going to be some bruising. It's probably going to be a bit tender and sore. It does leave me a little bit worried for next week. But in terms of this current game, I had no concerns at that particular point, because as long as you keep it warm, you'll be okay. Brendan. As far as Shadoo's question, though, about Ollie Henry, again, I think similar to Shannon Neal, the big step forward. He had 6 score involvements. You've got goal assists. He kicked 1 goal, 1 himself. I think it was another step forward as well. But I guess I do put the lens over the whole thing, which was, this was the old forward line unit again. So it wasn't necessarily a step forward in terms of what we've been wanting this season, which is I guess what I've been pushing for and driving at, like, how do you adjust to this new forward line blend? But it's, I think it's a nice reminder for people that he's absolutely up to it. He just has to work out his role.
And Shannon Neal, he was pretty.
We touched on him, the 11 score involvements. Goal assists, like I think it was a good performance as well. Just needs to hit the scoreboard a bit more.
Tin Man Shannon Neal. He's Pizza Neal when he's going well. He's Shannon Neely when he's not going well.
Shannon Neely for sure.
I hope they're not watching. I want people to watch the show because we want the channel to grow, but I really don't want the Cats players to watch because it's embarrassing. Unless you're Grind Myers and you want to come on tonight and we'll have a chat with you, Grind.
We'll always have you back, Grind.
We love you, Grind. Come on the show, please. Lawson, we'll get you on. Anyone? Actually, I tell a lie. I want anyone. I want them all to come
Anyone,
on. Maybe
everyone, come talk
maybe
to
we'll
us.
just get them all. Someone just do the selfie like Oscars style at the Oscars, where I think Bradley Cooper was holding the camera up, and we'll just get the whole club doing a selfie on the call. Were you
Lucas
here?
and Kiri just need to be hanging by the team bus and catch them all on the way out.
Lucas,
Yeah,
and
I was watching along while they were in before. So
have we had an opening like that before on Post Game Live? We have to clip that for sure. We absolutely are clipping that and dropping that on socials tomorrow morning. That was hilarious.
It was pretty loose. It was good.
I could have kept going with that for another half an hour, but you got a few people in the queue. All right. Any other thoughts, mate?
No, nothing in particular. I guess I've kind of said most of what I had to say through the reaction video. So people, please check that out tomorrow morning. And also, just while I'm talking about plugging my own stuff, make sure to go check out it hasn't maybe gotten the traction that we hoped when we posted it this morning.
Not 2,000 views.
Yeah, we haven't even scratched 100 yet, and it's been nearly 12 hours. But
sending a message, they hate you. No, they haven't come across it yet.
Oh, you watched the numbers will come. Hang on. Do I need to get that graphic really quickly? Hang on. What do we use again? What's that stupid platform?
StreamYard.
No. Oh, what's that?
I'm getting dizzy watching Renegade.
Stuff.
I'm watching Renegade in the green room. He's spinning around. We'll get you on soon, Renegade. Hang in there, buddy.
Yeah, I've just got one little thing that I feel like I need to show everyone. Actually, I can upload it to Google Drive. That'll be easier.
Do I need the graphic?
Remember the one that I shared in our WhatsApp the other day?
Yes.
That I was going to put on during the Paul James show until I decided not to show up. Sorry, everyone, and thank you everyone for the comments that night, and I guess the concern initially that something was wrong.
I think they want to keep me on now. I think that's the general vibe that I'm feeling, that we're changing the name to the Ben Reeves Show, and
yeah, no, I'm not having any of that. Get out of here. I'll take over Post Game Live. Hang on, I need to flip that around. There we go. No, that's not the image. Where's it gone? Anyway, like the numbers took a bit of a nosedive over the course of the week.
What was that?
I've been calling Ben a fair weather supporter, but gee whiz, I was a bit concerned about the Geelong supporter base when no one was piling in and just checking anything out. Where did I post that image? I made it on my phone. I think I must have
maybe
deleted
sent it to me or something like that.
I know I put it in the WhatsApp.
Yep.
So if you feel like downloading it out of there quickly.
I'm going to have a quick look in the WhatsApp. Oh, is it not the one where I'm just looking at the one with the guy with cocaine all over him exploding.
I don't think I posted a cocaine.
I had a question. We didn't go with this question on your show, Paul, but the question was, who would win an arm wrestling competition out of Gary Ablett Sr. and Barry Hall? Let us know in the chat. And then someone said, I think Johnny said Gary Ablett after going down the snow slope.
Found my image. I'm going to save it now, and I'm going to quickly upload it, and we'll do a few steps on my phone, and we'll get it there.
Everyone's waiting for the Lucas segment. At the moment, you must have come in late. I think Lucas is coming back on later, if that's what you're talking about. Potentially.
That's what I thought I heard that's what I thought I heard at the end there. But
Lucas and Kiri were on very early in the piece at the ground, interviewing fans, including a Port Adelaide supporter. And
a Hawthorn supporter. Get that.
And a Hawthorn supporter. And a Hawthorn supporter.
That kid can take a hike.
Find it. I'll drop it later. Drop it in the graphics, and we'll figure it out.
That's all right. I'm stalling while Renegade comes piling back in anyway. So
here he is. I can see him.
Oh, there we go. He's just returned. This is going incredible. There we go.
He's a New York Knicks supporter, and I'm sure he'll want to talk.
Oh, buzzing! Absolutely buzzing at the moment.
Yeah, he's got his shirt on.
Oh, you got the shirt on too. You'll love to see it. There we go. I finally got the image. I'm uploading it to our assets now. Give me 1 second, and boom.
Get rid of the lower third.
Yeah, get rid of the lower third on me. After everyone seemed to just go silent on us, it just seems like people only want to celebrate the Cats when we're acknowledge the Cats' existence when we're winning. So I just adapted a meme there and made it work.
Yep. We're invisible.
Fucking disgusting.
Maybe it was probably me though, because I was just so negative on Post Game Live. I'll probably just kill the channel for a week. That's why
You are a bit of a sulk, right?
I did promise to straighten up a little bit after, hearing that maybe I was overreacting somewhat. So, and I do promise from now on in, I'll be a little bit grumpy, but I'm not going to be putting memberships in microwaves and calling the season over. Back in the line for grand final tickets is where I'm at.
Never left, mate. I never left.
Oh dear.
I do like actually the like Spartacus' idea there. We could make a T-shirt out of that. I survived Adelaide with Lucas.
We should for next gather round. We'll put that in the Hoops Crew shop. We'll put a link to that in the shop that we do, and we'll see if anyone. We'll get a picture of Lucas with a shirt off, dancing around.
It can just be I survived Lucas, and then we can. Considering our married at first sight thing going on lately, we can really lean into some theatrics around that. But
we could.
Some
we should.
loose storytelling.
All right, so we'll drop your video. What about 9:40 something 3?
It's already there on the back end, so you can work it out. But
all right.
But yeah, people check that one out, and please, if you haven't already, I was alluding to it before. I posted a kind of an analysis on the fixture now that we've got rounds 16 through to 23 revealed. Just kind of sharing my thoughts, I guess, on the win-loss ratio there and where potentially the Cats can end up at the end of it all. So jump on the YouTube channel, check that video out once you're done with post-game live, of course. Share your thoughts. I'd really like to hear what people got to think. I think I tipped us to win 12 of the last 14. So
tips, where are we? Because you were one ahead of me in the footy tipping. I swear you're copying my tips.
Oh yeah, sure, mate. I don't watch your video. I don't believe in the system.
The system is flawless. The system doesn't fail.
The system probably tipped Essendon tonight.
I don't think so. No, I think I might be slightly. No, you're 54, rank 54. I'm rank 56. We're same on points, different margin. Anyway, trivia question before you go, Paul. Geelong are yet to play a game at Adelaide Oval without Mark Blitzard in the lineup. 23 matches, sits 6 for any club player appearing at an interstate venue from that club's debut at that ground, and never been dropped, by the way, from the Geelong side since his debut against the Hawks on Easter Monday way back when he had the short back and sides. He looked very weird back then. Did have a picture somewhere, but maybe we'll save that one for your show again. Give it a run. Give it a run. Speaking of, you know what we need? We've got the whip sound now. We need the gong sound as well. So when I'm sick of a guest, like I'm sick of you right now, we can just go bang.
Red Simons and
Red Simons gong, and we just gong you and you're gone, and you just sort of disappear.
Just
somehow.
Like go full blown and actually just upload the video of Red Simons doing it.
Yes.
We're not going to get copyright struck for that. Just drop it like we do Dimitri. And drop it like we do with Dimitri, and then you're good to go. I don't feel as bad dropping it this week.
We're not happy with GWS, so that doesn't get a run unless GWS win the grand final at this point. Anyway. All right. Well, thank you for coming on again, Paul. Mate. I'll let you get an early night's sleep, and everyone tune in tomorrow morning. Oh, Glenn.
Oh, Glenn's just dropped a $5.
Oh, my God.
Thanks a lot, mate. Thank you. And yeah, again, thank you to all of you who've donated tonight. We've got a lot to do to match to. Where'd you say the donation was going to
go? Lifeline.
Lifeline.
Yep.
GWS Premiership hangover.
All right, that's not 3 in a row. 3 in a row for the super chat. I'll do a whip crack from now on every time we get a super chat. Anyway, I'm getting silly now.
Right, I'll leave you to it. Renegade's got his thing to do, and hopefully it'll last long enough for Lucas to come back.
Beautiful. Hopefully. Well, we've got Renegade on next. Hopefully Renegade. Well, if Kiri, I'm not sure. They might be at the pub, possibly.
Good.
Lubricating.
Streaming from the pub.
Definitely. Stay Geelong strong, Paul, as you always say. Go Cats.
See you, mate.
See ya. All right. He's gone. We got rid of him finally with the gong. He's out of here.
Shit.
We knew that was going to happen. We knew that was Renegade. Put your lovely sexual features on camera for me so I can see you ready. He's ready to go. There he is. Renegade. I call him the Sim Dog, the Beer Baron.
Where do we start? Where do we start?
Where do you start? Do you want to talk footy? Or do you want to talk about the Knicks?
I want to talk about it all. Oh, it's beautiful. It's all beautiful.
Start with the footy. Start with the footy. And then we'll get to your Knicks at the end.
All right, baby.
What do you
Where do
think?
you want to start with the Cats?
Take me right back to the beginning, the first half. Were you feeling good about it? Were you shitting your pants with all the hamstring carnage that was going on?
Yeah, it was all happening with the hamstrings, wasn't it? Shit. Yeah, I love that little picture there you've got of Brunson holding Jason Tatum. But, yeah, like, I tell you what, it was the first half, I was stressing out, man. It was the hamstrings. I mean, we lost Danger. We lost Bose. They lost a few guys with hamstrings too. So it just looked at one of those nights. It was just going to be who could muscle it out and get through it the best. And, man, it was a beautiful thing. I look at guys like Ollie Dempsey, who stepped up. He really brought it home for us. Tom Atkins, as usual. I mean, Tommy Atkins.
Tom.
You can guarantee he's going to put it in for 4 quarters every night.
We don't give him enough love. We don't give him enough love on this show, Tom Atkins.
How can you give him enough love? He's just
he needs a bobblehead. When are we going to get a Tom Atkins bloody bobblehead in the retro Guernsey with the collar?
Yes.
That's what we need. That's the bobblehead that I want. The retro.
I'll be paying for that for sure.
Absolutely. I'm going to buy. I'll buy 10 of them and I'll give them out on PostGame Live. That's what I'll do. if they make them, I'll be awarding. I'll get 23 of them and I'll give away one a week. Freaking hell!
I want to tell you who killed it tonight. 28 touches and beat his man comprehensively. Do you know who I'm talking about?
Irish.
Mark O'Connor. Oh, he was fantastic. His best game as a Cat for sure. I'll say that. He tore Butters a new one. Butters, I think, had 20 ineffective touches.
Yeah.
Marco had 28 himself. Beautiful. I loved it.
He was terrific. I just couldn't believe how much he was getting it. The ball was following him everywhere.
Yes. He was he was sensational. I don't think he's ever had 28 touches in a game before.
Oh, Tom Atkins fan club right here. Thanks, Box.
Yeah.
Thanks, Violet. Has he had 28 touches before? I actually thought at one point he was going to get to the magical 30 number. I thought Bailey Smith has got to get to 40 at some point this year, doesn't he?
Oh,
he's got to get there.
Yeah. Oh, next week against the Dogs. Wouldn't that be nice?
Could you imagine that? Oh.
Can
you imagine if he tortures the old...
It would take me 3 seconds to get banned from X if he got 40 touches.
You're not banned from YouTube yet, which is good. Because we can get you on.
Not bad for no. YouTube is one place. I have a troll account, but this account I will keep nice.
Keep schmeeking clean. I think we should prepare ourselves for Bailey Smith to have a week off after the Bulldogs game because I feel like fists are going to get thrown, and he won't be able to control himself because they'll be into him all night. Libba,
for sure.
Libba's coming. The Bont, he's too squeaky clean to. He talks a big game, but he wouldn't. I love the Bont. He's my favourite player that doesn't play for Geelong, and he's probably. I probably like him more than maybe 5 or 6 other Geelong players. He's that good. But that'll be a great game. 40,000 people, another 10,000 on the roof if they allowed it. Stupid OHS rules, they don't allow that anymore.
Yeah.
Back in the old days, they'd have people sitting around the boundary line, didn't they? In the aisles, standing on, climbed up a tree back in the day. Yeah. Get everyone there.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Geez, roaming's been everywhere today, Renegade, Simdog. I keep using gender terms. Roaming, I don't know. Anyway, roaming was on a plane. Now roaming's in the hotel room, hopefully watching the replay or watching the adult channel, maybe. It's expensive. Stay away from the adult channel in the hotel rooms. Lucas is back. Very good, Lucas. Karaoke bar. You love your karaoke. Do you love your karaoke bars when you head overseas? Do you find yourself with a microphone in hand singing, "Girl, I want to make you sweat, sweat until you can't sweat no more"?
Oh, mate, I am the king of Bon Jovi when I hit the Philippines.
King of Bon
I belted out like you would not believe.
Before the Hoops Crew was a thing, even before that, before Beers with Ben was a thing, Simdog and myself used to have a little podcast back in the day. I don't know how many years ago that was now.
Yeah.
But yeah, we did do that quite a few moons ago. Those were good times. I lost all those recordings. I must have been too embarrassed. I think we had about 3 listeners.
Probably.
Your brother probably being one of them, and me the other one. Me just listening back and taking notes.
we're the only 2 carrying it. Yeah.
Oh, all right. I've talked to you about the footy. Talk to me about your beloved New York Knicks. It's been 3 decades almost, has it been?
What's that? What? Oh my God! Where is it? Here it is. I've got the Jalen Brunson jersey there.
Nice.
Oh, you know who we wanted? Who did I say we wanted? Indiana.
And you got them. The Pacers are next in the Eastern Conference Finals. 4 games away from another final trip. Last time around, it was Patrick Ewing in the last one, or was he injured the whole way through in that last trip to the finals that you had?
Yeah, last trip to the finals, 99. He was injured. We played the Spurs, lockout shortened season. If we had Patrick fit, we were the 8th seed that year. We made the finals from the 8th seed. If Patrick was fit, we would have been the first team to ever win from the 8th seed. But you know what? We're fit now, and we're going to take down Indiana. Those fucking hits. Then we're going to go. We want anyone. If we don't want OKC, we want Denver or Minnesota because we'll have home court advantage, and the drought's over, baby. 54 years will be over.
I want to. If you get through, I want the Ant-Man in a final series. That would be insane. I'm sick of the Joker. I don't want Denver there again. OKC, don't really rate them too much. But yeah, Ant-Man against his old friend, Big Cat.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care. I just don't want it to be OKC because if it's Denver and Minnesota, we have home court through the finals because we're the number 3 seed with the highest seed left.
Yep.
And I wouldn't mind Minnesota. Give them Cat to beat his old boys and send Julius and whatever back. Or Denver. I mean, Denver would be tough with Jokic, but whatever. We get through Indiana, we win in the ring. We win it all. And we're going to beat Indiana. So get ready. We're here now. We're taking this.
Did you save any money on your recent trips? Did you save any money to fly over to New York at any point in time? You wouldn't get a ticket anyway at the moment because every bloody seat's taken up with a celebrity. I've got Ben Stiller's there, and I don't know who else is a famous.
I'm not getting a seat, but I'm thinking if I can get there for the parade, hey, good enough for me. I'll take the parade, and you know me for how long, and you know how much this means to me right now. This means fucking everything to me right now.
You've been very patient, and pretty much every year for the last, at least for the last 10 years, you've said that the championship is coming next year. I don't think you've been much closer than you are now.
Now we're here.
But I wouldn't write off the Pacers just yet. They're looking good, but every matchup's a little bit different. I don't know. Wouldn't want to be around you in another Game 7. Well, I've known Simdog for since the late 80s, so it's coming up to about 40 years now. And you should have seen him. We'll get off the basketball in a sec because I know this is a Geelong show. No one wants to hear about it. But after the New York Knicks lost Game 7 of the finals to Houston, I've never seen you in a darker mood in your life. I don't think you came out of the house. I don't think I saw you for 3 days for a little bit there. If my memory serves me correctly, you weren't in a good way.
Hey, I've carried that shit for 31 fucking years. This is our time right now. This is where it ends. It ends 2025. Yeah, we're back. We're back.
Horatio says Indy N5.
Fuck you, Horatio.
All right. straighten up. Back to footy. Doggies next week. If we fill out the place, 40,000 people, will you be there in the watch party on the cricket ground at St Mary's with another 15,000 watching on the big
are they
screen?
doing that?
No,
They're doing that, are
they're not doing that. But I'm just go
Okay.
with me here.
I was going to say, I'd be down with that.
Will they ever do that? They get, I don't know. So
Are you going to?
I'll definitely be there. Yeah, we've got the tickets, so we'll be there Thursday night. Even if it's 11 degrees, says Sparlock, we'll definitely be there. So, and look, footy's bloody expensive. So if you're watching this show, and don't feel shame that you can't afford it, because it's frigging expensive these days. But if you got the means to get there, if you can get there, and you're not working at 3 o'clock in the morning the next day, even if you are, just don't sleep. Just go watch the game, and hopefully someone will be kicking a goal, like Gary Rowan after the siren, maybe with more than 15 people there. Like, I think, wasn't that during COVID when maybe a couple of lucky lottery winners or whatever got to go? I think from memory that was. I'd love to spank the Dogs one more time. Wouldn't it be nice?
Be nice.
Can we go all the way, mate? We're back on the premiership. We're back on the grand final ticket line. But can we seriously somehow, because it does start in round 10, you know that. You and I went to the footy in 2022, and we lost after that. St Kilda lost round 9.
Yeah.
And we didn't go to a game of footy after that because we were so disappointed. But then we won 16 games straight. Round 10 onwards is where it's at, baby.
That's the thing. If I go to the footy with you again, I think we're going to jinx it. So.
No, we'll catch up, because if we don't start the night together, it doesn't count. So if we catch up at halftime or whatever, then that's fine.
All right, we'll do that. Yeah, but can we go all the way? Look, it's everything's so tight this year. I mean, it's like the last few years. Everything, you can never predict what's going to happen. So why not? All we'll say is why not? Why can't we do it? I mean, if we're fit, obviously now with Danger is probably going to be down with a few weeks of the hammy, and that's going to hurt us. But as long as we finish, I reckon even if we finish 5th or 6th, we can still go all the way.
Doable.
Yeah,
we just need everything to go right. All the injuries to sort of go by the wayside, and just click. And hopefully we get some luck with where we're playing those games. You wouldn't want to play 2 out of 3 finals interstate. Very long odds of getting through to a grand final if you had to do that.
Yeah.
I know Brisbane did it, but
that's
this doesn't happen.
It's who you play and where you play. I mean, if we play at the G, I'll back us against anyone, even Collingwood, who play there 32 times a year. But, I'd love to play Collingwood, Hawthorn, wherever at the G, just because I'd back us against any of those teams. I mean, I don't know if we get the opportunity to have a home final if we earn one, but
probably only if GWS made it, which is unlikely. We'd probably finish. The most likely scenario would be we'd finish 5th, they'd finish 8th. So if somehow they strung together some wins, so it's Hawthorn and Collingwood is probably our best bet. They're probably most likely to finish 1st and 2nd, I guess, at this point in the season. The Doggies, who knows? I mean, they're going okay tonight. They're smashing. And then it's probably us. Don't think Carlton and Essendon are. So there's not that many. It's pretty much an interstate sort of final series this year, you'd think. So again, positioning is really important. If you have to play an interstate game, you've probably got to try and pinch it somehow. But trying to win 2 or 3 interstates just not going to happen. I wouldn't have thought.
That's a bit of an ask, but no, if we're 5th or 6th, then we can possibly jag a home final against GWS or Freo or whatever. I mean, even though Freo fucking seem to respond when they played us down here, but if we can jag that, we'll take it. But look, I'll back us at the G against anybody, really. I'm not. But there's so much footy to play between now and then to know who's in form, who's injured, who's whatever. But look, I'm staying positive. I mean, tonight was a huge fucking performance. 76 points over Port Adelaide. I'll take that any day, man.
We've averaged an 80-point winning margin last 2 games against them. Interstate win against Port, average winning margin 80 points.
We played well there over in Adelaide. I'll tell you what, we beat the Crows there as well. And
Gather round? Oh, that was Gather round.
Yeah.
And then we haven't lost a Gather round game yet, have we, over there? West Coast
I
the
don't think
first
so,
time.
no.
Can't remember who we
Yeah,
played.
and then there's only been 2 gather rounds, I think, hasn't it? West Coast and then
No, I reckon this is the third one. If I
it?
could be wrong. The chat's always
Maybe.
pretty good at telling me when I'm wrong, so I can't remember. So yeah, we get through this one. Mitch Duncan's 300th game. Another reason to get there. Goodness me, if you can't turn up for that, what's going on? Of course, as I said, if it's too expensive, we totally get it. Watch it on the TV or turn up for the watch party, the imaginary watch party on St Mary's Oval, or the cricket ground after the game on the big screen. They really need a big screen outside Kardinia Park. Just so as you're waiting to get in, or there's a big queue, you can watch what's going on in the Cats' rooms as they're warming up, kicking the ball to each other, kicking torps. Sorry, Shadoo, it's too far from Brisbane. I get it. Get on the plane, Shadoo. No, I'm joking. But seriously, if you want to, I wouldn't mind. Roaming's on the cruise. Can't make it. Shadoo's coming in June. Very good. Me and Mrs. Hoops are heading up to Sydney in August. I think it's the last. I think we played Sydney last game or second last game or something like that. So we're going to head up and watch that one. Anyway.
Nice. All right.
Mate,
well, we need to figure out the game we're going to get to sometime next month or whatever.
I'll talk to you in the next couple of days, and we'll work something out. If it's not a game of footy, we'll figure out where we're going to catch up. But yeah, we'll maybe pick a game or something, like maybe a game up in Melbourne or something like that, and we'll work something out. I'll give you a buzz probably on Wednesday or something.
We'll end the curse.
End the curse. Hashtag end the curse.
Yeah. You know how I said end the curse? JB and the boys.
You enjoy the win, mate. Enjoy the double win today. How good's your Saturday been? Bloody good.
Perfection. Doesn't get better than this.
Good on you, mate. Take care.
All right, mate. Catch you later.
Love your work. Good fun. Good fun on Postgame Live tonight, everyone. I loved it. It's not too late if you want to get on, Lucas, if you're in the ether there somewhere and you want to jump on for a chat, by all means. I'm sure the people want to see you again. Kiri, you as well. And anyone else, if you've never been on before, come on, click the link. I think it's still pinned at the top there. Click the link and come on. I'll just have a bit of a look through the chat if there's no one else to come on. I still think it's funny that Roaming just can't stay away from Postgame Live. Kiri, me and Kiri, I think I showed this one before. Yeah, at the karaoke bar. I have no idea what we're going to do. Can we get you back on at the karaoke bar? That'll be funny. Shirts off later, maybe not. It's still too early for shirts off. It's only 9:09. It was the Dickie Knee whip crack. Dickie Knee whip crack was the best thing about the show. Well, sorry, not the best thing about the show. But it was pretty good. I have enjoyed the whip crack all night long. That has been lots of fun bringing that one in. All right, probably a good, not to brag, just to sort of highlight the love that was shown tonight, but just want to highlight some of the comments and just to sort of, not to end it on a downer note, because it's not about, as I said, footy's just a game. It doesn't really matter at the end of the day. It's more about your friends and your family and showing them love and making sure you connect with them and let them know you're thinking about them now and then. And again, it doesn't have to be a soppy blah, 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 but just let people know that you're there and that you're in their thoughts sometimes. And it just takes an SMS messages in 2025. It's not very hard. So thank you, Refuse TM. Sputicus, appreciate your love as well. Shadoo too. Thank you very much, Shadoo. Shadoo with the, yep, I've got that one. Horatio, Indiana fan. Horatio, I don't know if you're an Indiana fan, but maybe you don't want the Knicks to win. And Jackie Mack, of course. That's extremely generous, Jackie Mack. Really, really, really appreciate that. And Amy, appreciate that as well. And of course, the moment with the $14.37. So, yeah, look, appreciate all the love that we've seen, all the love you've shown tonight. My emotions are all over the place. I'm totally. It's been a week, Cats fans. It's been a week. Obviously, the GWS lost last week. That was a tough one. And you know me, if you've watched the show a few times, you know You know, I'm the roller coaster guy of the crew. I'm up, I'm down, I'm all over the shop. I am promising to sort of walk the straight line a little bit more, closer to it anyway. But I am who I am. And I probably always will be. And if we win, don't worry. I'll be stupid as they come after every single win. So absolutely. Thanks, Jessa. Appreciate that. So, yeah, really, really appreciate it. What a great win. We're 2 hours and 12 minutes. I did say it was going to be a little bit of a shorter episode tonight because it is Mr. Soups' birthday tomorrow. I don't want to be up till 3 in the morning, like I am most times on post-game live. I think the Thursday night one will be a reasonably late one. I'll get home probably about 45 minutes after the final siren on Thursday night, and we'll kick off. So if anyone wants to stay up late on a Thursday night and join in the fun or commiserate with us after a loss, hopefully not. But either way, we'll be here like we always are after every game. For a chat about the Cats and to give our thoughts. And hopefully we'll get some of the regulars on. Hopefully we'll get some newbies on as well. We love getting the newbies on. Appreciate everyone who came on tonight. The Pizza Award. This is tough. The Pizza Award. Do you know what? I'm going to do you a solid, roaming. Can I have the pizza? I will need it for when I get back because I have no food at home. Roaming, it's all yours. It's all yours. Keep an eye out or contact me first and foremost on socials. If you've got a different name on your socials than Roaming, just maybe let me know that you're Roaming from Postgame Live and I'll send you the voucher. It's just a little graphic, but I'll send you the voucher in the next day or so and get down to Shannon Pizza. Thank you very much, Shannon Pizza, for all the love. There we go. Pull that up. Boom, Shannon Pizza. Make sure you get down to the, believe it or not, they're on Shannon Avenue, so that's an easy one to remember. They do the best pizzas in G-Town. I'll make a pretty good pizza, but they're better than me, and they're really good people. They did the Ice Bucket Challenge today. Anthony and another one of the staff members there did that. So good people at Shannon Pizza. All right. Just last little look at the chat. Horatio is a Pistons fan. Sorry about all the basketball chat tonight, people, after a Cats win, but it's not often not often the New York Knicks make the conference finals. Knicks aren't his favorite team at the moment. That'll do for tonight. It's been fun as always. Make sure you're here on this channel bright and early tomorrow morning. I'm going to drop Paul's reaction video at about 9 o'clock. So maybe you'll be still in bed. Maybe you'll be up and about at 6 a.m. walking the dog. I don't know, but it'll be there at 9 o'clock for you, ready to go. There, go for about 15 minutes. It'll be a fun one, that one. I'll have that. I might even fall asleep because I get the early look. I'll get the early look at that one because I'm putting the graphics together for that. So I'll have an early look at that one. But yeah, 9 o'clock for everyone. Paul will be back again to talk more about this win and probably generally about the AFL round and then some more news that will come out. Probably, I'm assuming he'll touch on the Adam Selwood situation again. And again, let me just also stress, people, if you need help, please reach out to someone. Can't stress that enough. So yeah, check out Paul Monday night, Tuesday night. The chaps will be back. You have to listen to Jake's opening rant in the first few minutes of that show. It is absolute unmissable stuff. Check that one out, please. If you have seen it before, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you haven't seen it before, do yourself a favor. I'll be back on Wednesday with everyone in the chat saying just the tips. It's not just the tips. It's the tipping point. It's a clean show for the kiddies. It's clean for the kiddies. It's not the tip. It's not just the tip. It's not show us your tips. It's the tipping point. So keep it clean, people. I got the pizza. Yeah, you did. Sorry. You did get the pizza. Yay. I think, no, definitely yay, 100%. It is a good pizza. And make sure you get a nice little selfie with Anthony when you go down and pick it up as well. That'll be nice. All right. That is just about it, everyone. Hang on. Let me just hide that for a sec. Where's it gone? I'm losing it. I'm losing the plot, everyone. It's getting late. Done. All right. We'll say goodnight. Thank you, everyone, again. It's been lots of fun. I'll farewell you all. Get a good night's sleep. Wake up nice and early. Watch Paul's video and watch the replay. and join us here for next time. Go Cats. See you next time. Take care.
It's time for the show. Dropping pussy down facts, mitts, forwards and backs. Representing G-Town while talking the smack. Crashing backs like Patty, where the hell you at? Hoops crew are exploding, don't ever look back. Then we got Paul, yeah, he knows his stuff. He's a man, he's a myth, taking on the nuts. The man don't miss, he loves to react. His words cut deep, he's a counterattack. Balls on fire, brings a mic to life. Don't fuck with B-Dog if you value your life. Oh, they fuck shit up, yeah, they run G-Town. The Hoops crew's here and they'll never back down. Jake, Tommy, Sambo, always rocking the game. Betty and Paul, man, remember the names. In the studio, Jake's bringing the noise. With Johnny and Sambo, the chaps, chat boys, they're electric and they're ready to roll. The boys are on fire and they're taking control. Recaps and previews, yeah, they cover it all. Part of the Hoops crew with Betty and Paul. They fuck shit up, yeah, they run G-Town. The Hoops crew, baby, they'll never back down. Jake, Johnny, Sambo, always rocking the game. Betty and Paul, chasing glory and fame. Brad with the sleeves, Max Holmes and Jack Bose. Tommy fucking Atkins, he'll break your damn nose. Stewie in the middle, and Reese in the ruck. They see Big Jezza and they know they're fucked. They're the G-Town boys, go hard or go home. They're fucking insane, taking over